All right, I'm ready. I just wanted to have some fun. How is everybody doing? It's a Tuesday night. We have some. Okay. Is that your background? Ooh, busted sucker. See, that wasn't me this time. Yeah. So let's talk about some stuff tonight. There's a lot happening this evening. We have the Bad Batch trailer coming out, or I'm sorry, the Mando trailer just came out. What, last night? I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, dude, I'm excited to see it. I haven't watched it. I've stayed away from it for all this time. This whole day, I've stayed away because I don't want to spoil anything. Here, we got to switch. I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it. I can't live like that. So yeah, I'm eager to watch the trailer. I'm eager to see what the hype is because apparently everybody and their mama is hyped right now. And then we're gonna talk a little Bad Batch, dude. You know, we're just gonna chitty chat about it.
I'm excited. I'm trying to stay quiet until you see the trailer.
Yeah, I have not seen the trailer. I've caught a couple of frames for thumbnails, stuff like that, but I haven't watched the entire trailer yet. I've caught glimpses like the Grogu hallway scene. That's one that I've kind of already seen thumbnails of. But
yeah, man,
but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen that. What else have we seen? That's pretty much it. Just a bunch of Mando flying around with Grogu in the N1. But that's really about it. I haven't seen a whole lot of others. So I'm eager. I think, like I said, this season, before we get into the trailer, based on what we've seen before and what I've thought for a while, I feel like this season is a lot about the reign of Mandalore, right? Consolidating Mandalorians.
And going to the planet, going into the living waters, like we're gonna learn so much about the lore, and I'm hyped for that because it's been Jedi Sith, for decades. Now we're finally gonna.
Well, and somebody was saying the other day that nobody cares about Mandalorian lore, and I'm like, they're building a whole show on it, my guy. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
it's been a long time coming, in my opinion.
They're building a whole thing around it. So what planet are we looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sheev is over there doing his thing over in Vader's lair. So yeah, if you got dual screens, put him up. He's got some stuff we can chat. He's going over the trailer that I'm about to watch. So I'm like over there in a quiet, muted stream, giving him some watch time. But yeah, I know he's over there doing that. I'm excited. Look, I know the living waters are going to be a thing. I have my own theories. I'm going to save them to the end of the stream after we've watched a little bit. Before we get into the Bad Batch stuff. I am going to go ahead and give away my predictions for what's coming in Mando, because if this is where we're at, this is where we're at, right? So yeah, so we should just are we going to get struck if we put it up? Is everybody else?
I think a lot of people have been reacting to it.
Because like I said, I haven't watched anybody stream because everybody's doing that. Look at the new artwork.
Literally everybody. Mm-hmm.
And hang around, my guy, because like we did last time, I think at the end of this, we're just going to open it up to the Discord. So Hawk will send you a link. I'll send you a link. And
oh yeah,
I think we're going to do that at the end because that was a lot of fun to get everybody in here. So yeah, see, he's already clamoring for a link, bro. Should we just send it to him now? Go ahead. You got the power. You got the power. You know what? While you're doing that, I am going to take a minute and talk about one of our sponsors here at the Star Wars Obsession. So if you haven't, get yourself over to the Matt Cave right away. Here, I'm gonna finish what was in there, and then I'm gonna crack something, and I'm gonna pour it in here, right? And I mean, ASMR, right? Oh, wow. Oh, man. ASMR. Get yourself one of these. Everything tastes better in a Matt Cave cup. I'm telling you. It's delicious. It's so good, bro. So good. What, you got the paparazzi over there, my guy? You're flashing?
No, I was switching screens over to get this invite sent out or get the link pulled back up.
I can send it real quick. Hold on.
No, we got it. I got it.
Okay. All right.
I'm in now. I'm in.
All right. You're in. All right. So let's talk about the previous trailer. Should we do that first? Because those are everywhere and nobody gives a shit. I don't think if we play them. And if we get struck, we get struck. I'm not gonna stress about it. All right.
Oh, I know what it is. Dark mode. Yeah, there we go.
You in dark mode? Dark mode's crucial, bro. All right, let's go. Mando.
Might kick on this little light.
Season 3 trailer. Super Bowl trailer. Boom. Latest trailer. Boom. 17 hours ago. All right. Okay. So should oh, you're not here. All right, chat. There's a few of us in here. We're still early in the stream. There's still our homie over there. We're going to try to get him to come over here when he's done over there in the Vader's lair. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and
I sent it.
Oh, all right. I'm going to cheat like I always do when it's time to put the stuff on the screen, and then they're like, no, you can't share the screen because it's Disney. Well, I cheat. So you're not going to, I might have to, oh, we got a visitor. Hold on. We got a visitor. Oh, shit.
What up, man?
Hey.
What up, dude? What's cracking? All right. What up, Mike?
Alrighty.
Oh, man. Mike Porter's here. Do you have a dad joke for the day, my guy?
Baby, let's go.
Motherfucker. Here we go. How's it all going? How we doing?
Yeah, we're 7
Good, man,
minutes.
chilling.
We're good. Yeah.
What's up?
Mike
Letting
Porter's
some people trickle in here. We're gonna pull up the trailer.
How we working?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull up the first trailer.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Theory streamed it without getting copyright struck last night, so
Well, then let's see how much trouble we'll
Yeah,
get
it
in,
would be
because he's famous and he's got lots of money and lawyers and stuff. So I don't have those things. He's got like cease and desist lawyers, and he's got all kinds of fancy lawyers. So he can do him. Okay, 4 months ago. That's a good one to start with, right? 4 months ago. There we go. Okay.
Gonna lead you into this one, chat.
Let me hold on. Let me change my my settings so that you guys can hear it. And boom. Okay. So you guys should be able to hear this. I'm going to cheat the system right now. I'm gonna put myself in a little box. So let's see if you guys hear this before we go. Ready? Here we go. Let's see if you hear this. You hear that?
I heard something. Not much of anything, though. Are you just going to share a screen?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can hear the audio, yes?
No, not at all.
Inconceivable.
I do not think that means what you think it means.
I do not think that means what you think it means. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. How about now? We've done this before. We've had this problem.
Nope. I'm gonna do it.
All right, you do it then. Did it last time. We had this problem last time.
All right.
But yeah, so pull up the trailer. You did it last time.
Yeah, because you're getting some static feedback, some crack.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Leia's here. She's always here, dude. Stanley's is here. What's up, Stanley? Mike is here. Ghost Rider's here. Sabersmith was here earlier. Anthony is here. Yeah. All the regulars are here. So while Scotty's pulling that up, we finished season 2 in a bang, right? So aside from the Boba Fett edition, we finished with the Luke coming to get the little dude, right? That's where we left everybody. Luke and the little dude took off. And then we got the Boba stuff, which gave us the Grogu coming back, right? So he wasn't really gone at all during the Mandalorian season. He wasn't gone at all, right? He was gone for like 10 seconds in that show if you go one to the other. So we see, Grogu come back. We see Luke force him to make choices. And then, Grogu plays with the baby Rancor, which was super fun. And Din's excited. He's wearing his chainmail. And then with Din,
what's cool?
when we leave Din, Din is technically not a Mandalorian, but he's got the Darksaber and he whoops somebody's ass with the Darksaber. So he's technically still, what's the word I'm looking for? It's still technically his, and he's still technically the ruler. So, but he took his helmet off. So let's start with that question, chat. I'm gonna write this question. You guys let me know in the chat what you guys think. But let's start with this question. Does Din Djarin taking off his helmet make him less of a Mandalore? Less of a Mandalorian? So I'll start that question with us, but I think that's a good place to start, right? Which one is this?
The one from 4 months ago.
You are muted, my guy. We always have these problems.
Can anyone hear me at all?
You're muted.
Nope.
I'm muted.
Let's try to get
I'm muted.
You're muted.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not.
We did it again. Okay. So
I can hear you too, but no, I can't hear me.
Yeah. So is Din less of a Mandalorian?
No one can hear me talking right now?
I can hear you.
Try playing
the
audio on your
anybody
clicky thing, because last time this happened, you had the audio selected or something for the YouTube, the share screen.
Can anyone hear me?
He's laughing, but I hear you fine. It's him. It's all obsession.
No, you're still muted.
It's you. It's you.
It's me?
You're the problem. Yes.
What do you mean it's me?
His cord was crackling earlier and he did something.
No, that was mine.
Muted?
No, I can hear you too, but no one can. I can't hear myself.
Okay. That's right. Okay. It's me.
Can you hear us now?
It's me. I'm sorry.
I've been able to hear you guys. I can't hear myself through this thing.
Can you play the troll clip for me? Because Obsession's trolling me right now. He's trying to trigger me before we even start.
You have control. You can play the troll clip.
Yeah, where's it is?
It's in the brand. It's in the brand, and then you just play.
Obsession, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Hey.
Okay. Can do this?
We hear you fine. Do you not hear us in your speaker?
No, I can hear you guys. I just can't hear myself through the stream here.
We hear you fine. Everybody hears you fine. Promise.
Okay, good then. The hell with it.
Guys,
as long as you say it's good,
Audio's good. Everyone's good. I'm playing this damn trailer.
This is the first trailer, right? Or is this the new trailer?
4 months ago, first trailer.
First trailer. That's what I want.
I don't know why it's playing my audio through my damn.
It's fine. It's fine. Just turn it up. It's fine. Totally fine. I don't care. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, now it's gone. The audio is gone.
Pew 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 pew. Katie Sackhoff. Pew 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 pew. Katie Sackhoff.
I'm gonna clip that. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So back that up a little bit. Let's go to. So it seems like
This is where
Bo.
you want to go?
Yeah, that's a good spot to start.
Oh, I saw where I want to go. Sorry, but yeah.
So actually, I was going to say back up a little bit more. Is that a Jedi starfighter that he's flying? Is that what's coming?
It's a
in right there?
Mandalorian.
Who?
Right.
What? That Din is flying? That's a Naboo.
No. I know that's a Nubian N1, but
You got to see the new trailer, bro.
I will.
The new trailer.
But right here in this one,
Yeah.
if you go forward just a couple more frames, he's flying or somebody. We assume it's Din, but somebody there is flying. Come on, that's a Nubian. There.
Right here.
That looks like a Jedi starfighter. That looks like Kenobi's, like a Kenobi and Anakin starfighter at the beginning of after Revenge of the Sith.
From that angle a bit, yeah.
Right.
Although wait till you see the new trailer, you'll get a much better angle on it.
So yeah, so let's just get into it. We're about 15 minutes in. Fuck it, let's get into it.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't hear that one, just so you know. I'd already seen it, but I didn't hear the trailer. I heard you and I heard everything.
Side note,
no audio is playing.
No,
the Disney Plus trailer has a little bit extra footage than the YouTube trailer, just so you know.
Oh,
how did you not hear it? But people in chat are quoting like along with it. I'm confused.
I didn't hear. I heard Squadushi for when that was playing.
I heard Squadushi also.
So I'm gonna play this and no one's gonna hear it.
Right, it's muted in your.
Well,
I know it wasn't before.
Let's say play.
Well, the chat will hear it, but
you hear it?
I don't hear. I hear nada.
I don't hear any of that.
You share it. I'm checking out. I'm boomering it.
I'll do it.
I just want to know how to get freaking dark mode on this StreamYard screen.
Okay, so
y'all let me know when you're ready for me to drop the heat in the theories. Okay?
We are. We're gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull up this trailer right now. Boom, boom, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this. I haven't played this game in a while. Okay, so let's do this. Where is it? Where's the Disney Plus one? Star Wars.
Do it.
Star Wars. That's 4 minutes. So do you guys hear that?
Nah.
Nope.
Okay.
There's like a share audio button, I'm pretty sure, but I thought I'd.
Well.
Yeah, you want to share your entire screen, share system audio.
I don't think. Okay, because it'll cut it off if I'm not mistaken. So hold on, watch. Share screen. It'll go to.
I have no advice to give.
Okay.
My 36 subscriber haven't asked.
How is?
I'm gonna share mine again. I found the button.
Hold on.
Whenever you're ready.
Hold on.
That's what she said.
Hold on. There. Right. There. Okay, so you see it, right?
Yep.
I'm looking up to Mando right now.
You hear it?
We do. You got to turn it up a little bit and back it all
I will. I will turn it up. And this is the old one. This is 4 months ago, so I just wanted to test it out on that. So
yeah.
Mando season.
All right, chat. We're getting there.
We're here.
What up, that boy Steve?
18 hours
ago. Maximus, Ghost Rider. What up, man?
So
I assume because I was invited, that's why I can't see the chat. Oh wait, I just got to click on the other thing.
Yeah, just click on the other tab. Okay.
Hey, there they are. Hello, everybody.
Let's do this. There we go.
All right, run it.
There
Maximus.
All right, so we are going to run it.
Our people are scattered like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for? Being a Mandalorian's not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy. That way, you'll never be lost. I'm going to Mandalore so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the Force be with you!
This is the way.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Hang on, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Bob and Fred.
This is the way.
Hell yeah.
So crazy. So crazy.
March 1st.
Ooh, X-Wing is up in here too.
Ooh.
So crazy. So crazy.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's some shit.
That is some dope shit.
That's some shit.
Dope. Don't forget dope. It's dope.
Okay, so that was a Mandalorian gauntlet, right? Vessel, class vessel. So not so Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah, a couple other people pointed that out too. I saw.
Yeah, and
That's the
look,
consensus.
I mean, it's funny because this is the only show everybody agrees on. This is it. This is the only show everybody has an equal consensus for, you know, the show.
Yeah.
There's people like, look, there's people that hate on certain aspects of the show, but for the most part, everybody's in the same boat.
I love that the Mandalorians are so removed from the light side and dark side that they can literally be like good, they can be bad, they can be pretty much everywhere and nowhere all at once because they're wearing masks at this point.
Well, and see
that crew that's outside of the cave in the first part, that looked like a mix of like the Navarre crew from the first season, plus some of Bo-Katan's crew from last season. So it looks like he's got a nice mixed group going on there.
Well, and these are, I mean, you got to look at if you really want to dissect this, which we are going to. If you really want to dissect this,
sorry, I didn't mean
we got to go back to Rebels for a second, right? If you really want to dissect this, and I don't know how the other streams are doing it, I don't know what they're saying because I haven't watched anything, but if you're really going to break this down, and you're really going to find out what's what and who's who, then the first thing you have to do is you have to go back to Rebels, because you have to know whose colors are what. And the only time we actually get any Mandalorian lore is in Rebels. We don't get it during the Clone Wars. The only thing we get during the Clone Wars is that Mandalorians are a different breed. They're warriors, and they were splitting factions during the reign of Duchess Satine. Right. So that's when the splits really started to happen with Death Watch. And what people forget is that, and here's the thing that really people don't realize, for one, because if they're muggles and they're just getting into this for the first time, they really haven't done a lot of their homework. And if you're really doing your homework, Bo-Katan and Din are on the same team. Technically, if you follow all of the lineage back to Death Watch, she was commander of the Night Owls, right? She was Lady Bo-Katan. So she was Death Watch. And if he is a child of the Watch, who knows the Watch better than somebody who was an OG member before the Maul DeLoreans split from the other Death Watch members, right? So if you're really looking at this the same way, the whole idea of helmets off not being Mandalorian, I mean, that must have been a Maul DeLorean thing. That must have been something happened after the demise of
because they're all walking around without helmets on.
Right, because Bo doesn't give a shit. She's like, I'm only gonna wear that when it's battle time, baby. Yeah. Right. But the rest of the Mandalorians, was this a thing? Okay, so here it is. Was this a thing that the Mandalorians that survived the purge that were not part of House Vizsla or House Wren or one of the houses that was just a regular old Mandalorian, did they start that creed, that portion of the creed, to protect Mandalorians?
I would say so. I mean, one of the first things that happens after any kind of what's the damn word I'm looking for? Like, bad happening, apocalypse, kind of, just when everything goes all to crap. One of normal human nature is to go back to basics. So the more conservative views tend to gain a lot of strength after some kind of apocalyptic, disastrous situation. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that like you got an ultra conservative offshoot of the Mandalorian creed where they don't take their helmets off.
None of the rest of the Vizslas were that way. We saw all Paz Vizsla's predecessors, right?
Oh yeah.
So none of them were like that. They took their helmets off. It was not a thing until after Maul. Maul, or no, go even further back, because Rebels was after Maul. So it had to be something after the destruction of Sundari. When they came in and leveled Mandalore, after that, the people that were not part of the ruling faction must have made that part of the creed.
That's what I'm saying. Like that after a disaster, certain sections of the population are going to have a massive conservative, like ultra reactionary, mindset. So that's probably where Din Sect came from. Like they're probably common people and they're like, well, those idiots up top got us in all this crap. So we're just going to go and isolate ourselves and no one's ever going to know who we are.
It seems like it was the Death Watch colors, right? Because if you look at the original, Bo-Katan wears the original colors of the Death Watch, right? The Night Owls, that whole color scheme, that's the original color of Death Watch. They were a dark blue. And so this comment here, I wanted to highlight this, and I am eager to find out truth behind this, but Din Djarin his sect is a offspring of the original Death Watch, right? They are technically the children of the splintered Death Watch, right? The two factions. Mandalore the Great was a Jedi Mandalorian, but he didn't wear his armor during like his whole Jedi experience, right? He was still a youngling. He still had to go through all the steps. So I don't know.
We don't know anything about that, really.
I don't think he would wear his armor as a youngling every day, every minute of every day. You know what I mean? It just seems like the Jedi wouldn't really dig that. I don't know. That's just me, because it's more.
I'll be honest. 99.9% of my Mandalorian knowledge comes from the Legends Republic Commando novels, which are dope.
Right, but in this time, in the current era, it's a gray area, because this is the first time Mandalorian lore is actually really explored, right? So this is a great comment, because there's so many layers to this that could be right. There is no wrong answer right now until they define Mandalore the Great and what his experience. They give us a show, they give us some kind of background, because we only have tidbits, right?
Yeah,
and hopefully,
I'm very interested to see if we can get some Mandalore the Great history,
right?
Because we don't know anything about his time as a Jedi, and
I'm hoping so, because they're going to be in Sundari, right? Like that's where all the history of Mandalore is
they're also going to be in the mines. Like I know I'm going off the deep end here, but like, did homie build a holocron?
Oh, girl, what?
Yeah.
Oh, the ancient Jedi Mandalore.
We don't know how he created that dark saber's crystal either, or if he found that. Like,
and so my take on that also is because mythosaurs are a very big part of Mandalorian lore, right? Mandalore the Great was supposed to have ridden the biggest, baddest mythosaur ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know a lot about the mythosaur, right? There's not a lot of information out there about the lifespan, the hibernation sequences, things like this. So I'm a firm believer that, and this is an off the wall theory, but I'm a firm believer that when Din Djarin goes to the living waters of Mandalore and he ignites the Darksaber in the water, the last living mythosaur has been hibernating under the waters, the living waters, and that will awaken the great mythosaur that will crown the next Mandalore.
I hope we get that because you've been on that. I hope that because of the sound of the saber. And
that's what I'm saying. I think because just like Ahsoka sabers have a unique harmonic sound, right? All sabers do.
Mm-hmm.
All sabers have a unique sound to their ignition, right? But the Darksaber has a very unique sound to it, and it almost seems like animals are very attuned to harmonics and to frequencies, and it seems like this would be a very, very excellent opportunity to introduce a mythosaur and to crown a Mandalorian king, a true Mandalorian king that everybody can get behind. Because that's what,
and even if it's not sound, and its presence, it's feeling, like they're talking about how it feels heavy. Like I wonder if its weight is also felt by the mythosaur, so much so that it like subdues it to whoever is wielding it. Like that would be crazy.
Well, and here's something else that I've kind of thought about for a while. Mandalore has always had one ruler, right? And Din Djarin is almost the Aragon of the Star Wars world, the reluctant king, right? He doesn't want to lead. He doesn't want to do it, but he's a natural born leader, and people respect what he's willing to dive right in the dirt, right? You saw that when they were fighting on that Marauder, when they were taking over that ship, he was like, I'm going to go in there and throw a grenade, whether I get shot or not. And Bo-Katan sees his bravery. What I think would be a cool twist to this is if he creates kind of like a coalition to lead, where there is no one leader, because that seems to be the ongoing problem with Mandalorian culture, right? Is that we basically eat what we kill, right? Like you take what you kill, and that hasn't worked. So what brilliance would it be for him to create a council, right? A Mandalorian council with Bo and Boba and Din as a almost a triad, right? That's what I think would be amazing, to see them forego the old ways of battle and unite under the leader that is Din, but he chooses to make it almost a council, if you will.
Wasn't the whole point of the Death Watch originally to get rid of that kind of organized
well, Death Watch was
government in favor of Mandalore?
Well, Death Watch was more against Duchess Satine's rule and the passivity that she was trying to create, because she was trying to make Mandalore a peaceful, sovereign society, and the Death Watch were like, no, we rule with power, we rule with fighting, and we are not a passive people. So that's really what sparked Death Watch becoming these terrorists on Mandalore that led the Republic in, really, and eventually let the Empire take hold. So really, it's ultimately Death Watch. I mean, you could trace it back to Satine. It's all based on your point of view. Who was wrong, the Duchess or the Death Watch? So
both. They need balance.
You want me to share my window and break some stuff down?
Yeah, let's start breaking it down, because I think I'm going to dive into a Rebels episode and find.
I'm going right to it. I'm going right to the heat, chat.
What are the heat?
Bring it, Scotty. Bring it.
Come to the heat.
Show it to me. Oh yeah, there it is.
Just wait. Hang on. We're gonna manipulate this a little bit.
We're gonna make time stop.
I got no sound. I want everyone to just look right here. Okay, don't even just look right here. Okay. You see what I see? Anybody seeing this? This little thing right here?
Talking about a lightsaber?
Yeah, so if the floor is CGI, right? This is an editing choice. If it's not CGI, it's a reflection of something. The very last frame, like blasters coming
someone's cutting through the door.
Or yeah, I'm saying like I'm reaching, I'm sure, but I'm gonna
That's
reach
obviously
all the way on this
Anakin,
one,
right?
man. I'm gonna reach all the way on this one, chat.
I mean, that's obviously Anakin, right?
There's nothing
looks
there
more
now,
like a normal
right?
cutting torch.
Nothing there.
I don't see a saber blade through there. Do you?
Also notice too, like it is fire from the top and like dripping off the bottom. So something is the top, not like all the way through here. But man, the floor right there, something. And then it extends further. Giggity.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Right here, bro. Like, come on.
Oh, that's a red saber.
It's in the spectrum. I'm just saying. Man. I can't.
Well, if that's an
thinking
Order
about,
66 flashback, no one should have a red saber at that point, right?
What if it's not an Order 66 flashback? What if
where the hell
this
the Jedi come from?
No, but what if, check this out. This is a wild take. What if this is a room off the temple somewhere, a hidden room, right? And Anakin and Palpatine, or Palpatine is walking through the temple and finds this room, right? Either or, because at this point, Vader could be this could be days after, right? This could be a week after, and they're just afraid to leave. And
okay, here's something for you. The Jedi on the front left in the green saber in the foreground, closest to the door on the left in the hood there. Is that some Barriss Offee or Depa Billaba looking Jedi-ness to you, or is that just me? Because that totally looks like the type of hood both of those ladies wore.
And other people have speculated it's the long-haired guy that Anakin kills in the.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like
surveillance.
This
he does have long hair. It's hard to tell.
Oh, the arms master. What's his fuzz?
Yeah.
This looks like the hallway scene.
I'm telling you, they're the rebels, and Grogu is the Death Star plans. Like,
I will swear on my life that's a female Jedi up front on front left, though.
I mean,
I think that could be Barriss or Depa.
This does look a lot like that hallway scene. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
this looks a lot like that hologram scene.
Man, right there. I'm telling you, every frame I click on just looks like there's a blade coming through. Like, what is?
It looks like they're using almost the same set from Reva's flashback in Kenobi.
Yeah, man.
That's what that looks like to me.
Well, I mean, the temple training area is temple training area, right? All the doors look the same. It's very universal. But I mean, it could just be clones. It could be a sandbagging maneuver, right? But it seems like if Anakin,
that is an awesome opportunity for some glup shitto, though.
If Anakin found him,
right,
wouldn't he tell him?
So this is where I was going further with that. Is like
Anakin just be like slice, fizz, fizz?
I think he would just, do the Obi-Wan. He would just touch his head, put him to sleep. Maybe he would think that Palpatine would value him, because not for nothing, Anakin probably knows as much as everybody else does about Yoda and how special he is. I think that would also give a hidden Jedi an opportunity to get him out.
It's obviously this is the exact same scene, right? This is obvious. This is the exact same scene, right? That's a no-brainer, but it's an extension. So is this the clones coming in? Because we already saw that shit.
We saw that, yeah.
So this is just the clones coming in. Unless it's the Anakin hallway scene.
Right, and like it could just be multiple rooms being opened up. We really don't know here. Like bait and switch, who knows? Like it's also potentially through Grogu's memory. So how clear is that? And it's all kind of coming back to him piece by piece. He's gonna find out. Maybe that's a good guy that comes through there. We don't know. Maybe they're standing there in terror. Maybe they're standing there in terror, and it's Joe Costa Noob that breaks through because they had the door locked.
It seems the logical thing seems that this is, the clones coming in, and Grogu just remembering more, right?
Yeah,
not just a flash.
It better be Anakin.
It would be awesome if it was Anakin, right? It would be so dope if it was Anakin, but that's a lot of. I don't know about that.
Yep. Here's he talking.
I mean, he was already filling for Ahsoka. All he'd have to do is just go from, out one stage door and into the next stage door. Be like, "What up, yo? I'm here."
Oh God.
This is where the fun begins.
What is it?
It's Reva.
Reva. Come on, everybody, let's go.
What, little 10-year-old Reva chopping through the door?
Yeah, coming to save him.
Coming to save Grogu. She's the only one that knew about Grogu. That's it.
Oh man.
And then she got stabbed in the stomach twice. I mean, once.
And then she made it out of the temple to become some kind of gutter rat that only made her way back to the. I'm sorry, I digress.
Someone said, like, what if this is Mandalore? Like, what if there's some way that Mandalore is still around or a descendant? You know, there's so many Mandalorians out there.
Mandalore is 100% still around. It's just not as fruitful as it was because all the Mandalorians scattered.
No, like there's some person out there that is like the descendant of the Mandalore.
I mean,
yeah, well, yeah, but they solve it on warriorism rather than blood. I mean, bloodline will get you into a match, but then you got to win.
Right.
There
exactly.
was this statue of all the stormtrooper helmets, and they had an IG-11 somewhere too. Like IG-11 basically helped liberate Navarro or whatever when they took out all those stormtroopers.
Right. All right. Let's see. I think it's at the end of
yeah. Here, I'll pass it off to you if you want to share yours.
Yeah.
But I needed to get that hallway scene. We need it. We need it.
Well, and that's the thing is that, there's
Sheev.
And I want like those 4 Jedi to be there.
Right.
I want those 4 Jedi to be there, and then 3 more Jedi to run out from behind the camera too. Like I want 7-on-1 and Anakin to just run through everybody.
Yeah. We're just gonna mash through the entire.
Because if you think about it too, like the more powerful they show us Anakin in that moment, it's only gonna bolster Obi-Wan's strength during that fight. We're gonna really understand, like, because we've never seen other than Anakin taking out people with like literally no force abilities, just cutting through them like butter. We never saw him in the temple. How does one guy survive inside there? You know what I mean?
Well, because he had a battalion of clones with him.
So was he just letting them do all the work? He wasn't actually going
for the most part. Well, except for that hologram video where he was
right.
He holding one person in a force choke and one-handed beating the arms master.
He was doing work for sure. I mean, he was in there doing work, but he was leading the charge, right? He wasn't like, he didn't have to show every one of, fight every Jedi. The idea was the clones overwhelm them, and then he only has to fight so many that get in his way, right? Because he's making his way. What I would like to see, if you're going to show me stuff like that, show me Anakin killing Shakti. Give me that scene. If you're going to do some flashback stuff, give me that scene where it's, Anakin killing Shakti or something like that, and put that to bed. But I don't need.
Don't they already have a deleted scene of that anyway?
There's 4 versions. There's 3 versions.
I was going to say, there's like multiple versions of that.
Like it's just a matter of what, So he had the thing is, Anakin had the 501st, and the 501st were just ruthless, vicious, right? Okay, let's see if it lets me play this. Okay, so this is the end. This is the end scene for Rebels. When Sabine gives the Darksaber to Bo-Katan. Now look at the color schemes.
Yeah,
right?
Homie's green and orange.
Homie's white. Right. There's, if you go back, so we could dual screen this if you want. But basically, I look at this and I say, okay, we see the homie, the clan in orange, right? Yep. So if I go here, right? If I go here and I
Clan Rook is with you.
Right, and we just do a little backtracking, and we'll play this scene. Hopefully, we won't get struck. Clan Vizsla, Clan Rook, Clan Elder, Clan Kreese.
The protectors are with you. Clan Ren.
Yeah, the Elder Clan.
Now I understand why the saber.
Right. Okay. So you have this group, this collective group of Mandalorians, right, that have all sworn allegiance to Bo-Katan.
Now I
and
understand why
and to their cause for Mandalore, right? And she's gifted the Dark Saber. This is an important piece of what's going on here. That a lot of people a lot of people aren't paying attention to this. This handoff is what started the armorer talks about this, specifically about this.
Yep.
About how Bo-Katan and this entire group, right? This every clan in this, Clan Rook, Clan Ren, Clan Vizsla, the Protectors, all of these clans to the Death Watch are traitors, right? And this is everything that they've done is trash. So
yep,
this is this handoff right here. This is probably the most important thing in Mandalore, in the Mandalorian show right now. I know everybody loves Grogu. Everybody's like N1 Starfighter. Everybody's about ships and war and lightsabers and shit. This is the most important thing in the entire series of Mandalorian. Is this moment right here, because this is the moment that the armor is talking about. This is the problem and the division between the Death Watch and the original Mandalorian and the Mandalorian coalition, let's call them the United Mandalorian clans. This is the moment that everybody's pissed off about, right? Yeah, that's how they feel. That the current Mandalorian Death Watch, the Children of the Watch, feel like this moment right here is blasphemy, right? And this moment right here is the handoff right here. This is what they look at as blasphemy. You have to win it. You have to take it from the previous person. That doesn't say you have to kill him, right? You just got to win it in combat. This is huge, right? And this is the most important thing. That little green dude and all of his mysteries, that's a big part of this, and we love it. Everybody loves Grogu. But this moment right
Baby Yoda
here is the most important piece of the puzzle that none of the muggles are paying attention to. This is the
true,
stuff
man.
that I was watching Star Wars Meg, and I was watching Santa and Jason, and they were from makingstarwars.net, and they were all doing their thing. And Meg goes on this rant. I love Star Wars Meg. I'm not talking shit, but Meg goes on this rant about how you shouldn't have to do homework to understand the background of something. Cool. I'm with you.
A lot of people feel that way.
But this is some deep lore shit, right? This is like as deep as Harry Potter and everything else, right? All the other big universes that have been created. George Lucas created this one. And in this one, there's so much shit. And we've never had a chance to dive into Mandalorian culture. So this is really the small tidbits and pearls that we get through Rebels and through Clone Wars. This is the only background we have. And thankfully, this is all from Dave Filoni, right?
Well, we're diving in.
Clone Wars, right? Clone Wars was from Dave Filoni and George Lucas himself, right? Oh shit, there's another one.
Shit, hold on. He added you and
then there were four.
And then you have this.
Chief.
So this is the moment I wanted to highlight, because this is where you see all the different colors, right? So now you take this and you go back to that scene from the trailer, and what happens there, right? So we're gonna go back to the trailer.
Real quick, even the patch on that guy's pauldron right there looks like one of the other ones in the
We're about to side by side with my guy. We're about look, it's right here at the beginning. Boom. Checkmate. All right. So is that being shirred?
Sheev is like the vocal Jim Brewer. He sounds fried even when he's not.
That's hilarious.
Prosecution rests with that snort right there.
So look at these colors. Here's the great thing. I can switch between tabs right now, which is dope. So this is, look at the colors, right? We got the white, we got the orange, we got all these different, look at the gold, right? It's all green. We got all these different colors. And then we jump back over to the other. Ooh, hello there, sailor. We jump back over to the other image, and we're going to share that again. Present. So then we go to this one, and there's the gold from Clan Ren right here, right? You got some gold from Clan Ren. You got some purples, but then you go back to the first scene where they're all swearing their allegiance. And look at all that. There's a lot of color similarities here, right? The white over here, chilling right here. The white, the orange.
Yep.
Right? There's a lot of.
Yo, actually, look at top right. Ooh.
Hold on. Right? There's that. I'm gonna go back and share this tab. And boom, top right. Yep.
Top right. There's that. You can't see the symbol on that white
right
part
here?
of the helmet, but yeah, you pointed out.
And then right here,
the name of that. Yeah.
And then
So
right
that
here?
clan is named as well.
Well, they went through them, and I'll go through it again real quick, right? But they named them all, right? And I think this is an important part, right? They come out here, and everybody swears their allegiance. Now we're gonna ba ba, yibbity ya. You're talking.
Is with you.
Greatest show ever.
Clan Elder is with you. Clan Elder is with you. Clan Visla is with you.
Clan Rook is with you.
Clan Elder is with you. Clan Kreese is with you. The Protectors are with you.
The Protectors.
Clan Ren.
So that's it. You've got all 5 clans represented there.
Interesting.
And then you jump back over to this tab and look at the colors, my guys. Right? They're all there, and we'll get further into the trailer. Right? We'll jump further without playing it again and getting everybody all excited. All right, but I
would hope it'd be consistent. Filoni having to do with both of these.
That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Is that Filoni?
Thank the maker.
Filoni did the Rebel stuff. Filoni did the Clone Wars stuff with Mandalorians. Filoni is in charge of this with Jon Favreau. Right? This is his stuff. So all of these colors being represented in the show is not just like, oh, Mandalorians went and found fun colors to paint their shit. No, that's not what happened. This all goes back. Do your goddamn homework. Tired of this shit.
No matter what Meg says.
I don't care what Meg says. I love Meg.
We're here doing our homework right now.
Do your homework.
I don't even know who any of the clans were other than like Kreese.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. That like this is the stuff people need to know about, right? Because
there's a few I know.
I got two of them. Visla and Kreese. Yep.
I mean, the Protectors were
there. That's all I got. I ain't even play.
Ren was easy because that's Sabine, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a normie, but I'm not a sweaty either.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
there's certain things I think, even when you are the sweatiest of sweats, the Star Wars galaxy is so big that I feel like nobody knows everything. Except, I mean, there are a few people. Don't get me wrong, but like even then,
look, you guys think that Sabine will factor her thoughts and feelings and past into the whole histories when she comes back into play here? House Ren.
I'm curious if we could see her now.
Last I knew, we're not going to see her till Ahsoka, but who the hell knows?
Well, I'm not saying that we're necessarily going to. Let's say we could see hints of her, or we could hear whispers of her. We may not see her on screen, but I think we could hear her. So yeah, I mean, look, this is the stuff this is what makes Star Wars so great, right? Look, George did his work with the OT, the ST, and the Clone Wars. And then Dave came in and he's like apprenticed and helped him finish Clone Wars. And then Dave did Rebels. While they were making the movies, the sequels, trilogy, Dave was concentrating on the lore, right? Literally concentrating on Mandalorian lore and Jedi salvation and the Jedi code, right? Being reborn during this time through Ezra and Kanan. This is Dave's shit right here. So if you think these shows aren't tying back and doing all your homework on Mandalorians through all this years is not a smart thing to do, if you're watching this show and like, damn, how did this person or where did this do your goddamn homework?
Facts.
I don't care if it's a cartoon. Give me a bitch. Do your homework.
No, for real though, I just realized too that what Dave was working on to basically make him leave, because season 4 of Rebels, not a lot of people know, he didn't work on most of season 4. He basically drew the outline for season 4 after doing the first 3 seasons, and was like to basically the guy that was second in command of the show was like, hey, go ahead, do it. He's like, here's the outline, you guys can make the story. And season 4 basically was just an outline of Dave's that went beyond. Obviously, he still worked on some of the episodes because they're special to him or whatever the case was, but he left that show to work on The Mandalorian. So that scene there that you're showing us, that's season 4, no? Or is that season 3?
That is season 4, second episode.
Yep. So the last kind of bits of things that Dave worked on season 4 was basically this before transitioning to working on The Mandalorian with Gone. So,
oh shit!
What up, boy?
I don't know why, but
it's a quintet.
Your camera looks so steady, my guy.
You know why that is obsession? Because your boy got a new computer.
Oh,
hey!
The days of carrying a phone are
looking crisp,
Hey.
my guy. Looking crispy.
New crib too. I mean, just looking.
I'm just ready to use a desk instead of a TV tray.
You like the piano?
Balling back there. So look, Dan, what's your scoop, man? What do you feel? Are you you've been listening, obviously, because I sent it out in the chat. You've been listening. What's up? What's your thought?
Well, I like what you said about doing your gosh dang homework with me.
Goddamn homework.
No, so I actually put in the chat, bro, that I'm with her to an extent. Like, if you apply that to Marvel, I personally feel like I don't need to watch all 12 episodes of She-Hulk to understand that Tiamat's head from Eternals is in episode 6. Like, that's way too much. I don't need that. But in Star Wars, it is somewhat necessary to know the lore, because Star Wars is just on a different level than Marvel. Like, it's not necessarily, I don't look at it as like doing homework. I look at it as just getting more acquainted with what it is that you're watching when it comes to this stuff. Like, for example, this stuff could be hugely beneficial if you want to play the new Jedi Survivor game. Like my man up here, Scotty, said about that alien that Steve Blum is playing in the game. He might be from, I don't know, Ahsoka show, Thrawn, or the new Beyond. He might be a race from there. So I think if you tune in, you know, I'm personally forcing myself to watch Bad Batch, not because I care about the characters, but because I actually am interested in what Gunji's doing. I'm interested in
Mount Tantis.
Yeah, all of that shit.
I'm literally just like, where's the Mount Tantis?
Episode 3 was fire, though, dude.
What a great segue.
Bad Batch episode 3 was fire, though.
Yes, what a great segue, right? So
comes on tonight.
Yo,
what a
great segue. Was that you? I didn't do that. Did you do that?
Where is he?
It was me.
What up, yo? Yeah, but I mean, look, this what a great time to transition into. I'm excited about seeing some Hera Syndulla and Kanan possibly together during this, right? I'm interested in seeing. I mean, they got to show us the meetup when they're young, right? I mean, they talked about it in Rebels. What a payoff to see it, right?
Right.
To see the Bad Batch help them to set off into the sunset, right? Maybe find the ghost, right? Like, you don't know how long they've had that ship. Like, it could be a perfect opportunity for them to introduce the ghost. The ship could introduce their interactions and them falling in love, but you know, they got to hide who he really is, and then maybe see the payoff of when he becomes Kanan Jarrus instead of Caleb Doom, right? So this is an opportunity here. I want to see what happens to our Wookiee Jedi friend. Him finding his saber is intriguing. Not having it with him, like, that's an intriguing part of this story for me. So there's not just the Bad Batch here. It's not just the clones and their battle, but we are also getting a lot of little Jedi pearls that are paid off in Rebels moving forward.
Facts. So what do you guys think tonight's episode is going to be about?
Hopefully we see more Cody and Rex, and maybe Gunji might show up tonight. That would love that.
See, that was my question right after the end of the episode was when Rampart said Cody went AWOL. Is Cody actually AWOL and going to look to fight some shit? Or was it more like when your parents told you they took the cat to the farm?
That's what I was wondering when I watched the episode. I was
I was like, is he really AWOL, or did he go the way of
Wilco?
Yes, thank you, Wilco.
Yeah.
Roger Wilco.
I don't think they're going to do him like Wilco, because if anything, they would make an example out of Cody, right? Cody is such a prominent commander in the clone army that they would make an example of him.
Yeah,
I can buy that. Yeah,
please don't.
I personally think that, and this has been my hot take for a while. I think that Rex and his buddies are ultimately going to be responsible for the death of Cody. Maybe not because they're on the opposite side, but maybe they lose him in battle. And that's the last straw that breaks Rex and says, you know what, we're out. And the Empire finally verbally decommissions the clones and lets them go and no longer fight. And because that has to happen, right? At some point, we have to see Palpatine decommission the clones and officially retire them.
Yeah.
And give them their severance. And I think Cody is the lead into that potentially happening, right? Because
are we going to get a full-on clone rebellion first, though?
Yeah.
Possibly, yes.
I see Obsession. I think is personally, well, what I hope to happen is they just axe all the Bad Batch. Like, I'm not really
gotta die.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but Tech gotta go.
I think it's so funny. So many people in the fandom be saying that, man. I don't know if y'all are just clowning. Like, at one point,
look here, man. Look here, goddammit.
Look here, goddammit.
Go in.
The fact that I was mad hyped to see a show about what's up, everybody? I was hyped to see a show about some Delta Squad badass, like not necessarily Delta Squad, but Bad Batch. They were cool. I like the concept, but their personalities are just like, they ran that shit into the ground, man, and it just I'm not rocking with it.
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
Oh no,
Wreckers kills me, bro. Like, can't dumb that guy down anymore, please.
No, so on this subject though, I heard like two things. Back before Kenobi came out, there was like rumors that there's a possibility Cody could be in there somehow. I heard that before. I don't know how true it was. And I also heard something about how like Filoni came out and said at one point that there was originally supposed to be 9 clones in Rebels when they meet the 3 of them on whatever the hell they met them and whatever that machine is that I can't remember the names of right now. So
low budget or what?
The Republic tank?
Yeah, if they did that, that would have been awesome. Then I'd say, yeah, let the Bad Batch live. But they didn't do that. So these dudes have been AWOL from like everything Star Wars for way too long just to inject them now.
They're gonna die.
And one more damn thing. One more. Does anybody here know what AWOL stands for?
Absent without leave.
When did clones ever get leave? So why the hell they use it? I'm so confused.
No, they get R&R
because Earth people wrote it.
They get R&R because there's that clone bar that Fives goes to hide out, and they're all there blowing off steam, and they even make mention of like this is where the clones come to blow off steam. So they do get R&R. We just don't get to see the clone, the clones letting off that much steam.
When you got me there.
But wait, what if it's like a permanent?
You don't get to see them going into the back room with a
permanent R&R.
That's all they got left is the bar now.
But yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously at some point we have to see the clones get decommissioned, right? Like that's a no-brainer. It has to happen at some point. We have to see it. But I mean, look at these guys, dude. Just look at this shit. Like there's.
See, now that looks like Clan Protector.
Mandalorian.
Right there, all green. The all gray guys right there.
Isn't that Paz in the front right there?
Yeah,
right.
I think that's
Paz.
Yeah, so that's Wrecker. Come on.
That's
where's Omega, Sheev?
His head's not big enough.
That's Paz.
Here.
Look, you got the purple right here, right? So we saw that from Clan Rook. Clan Rook is a purple. Like these are all remnants of the old clans of Mandalore.
I don't see that all white one though. Is this another event she's gonna miss?
Omega.
that big dude that was from front of the shot though looked like Clan Protector.
And
that
then
was in solid gray.
Is this a young Babu Frick?
Those are Babu Frick's parents.
My wife said that when she saw that commercial.
So supposedly one of those is actually supposed to be Babu Frick.
I think the one on the right is supposed to be Babu Frick.
The one on the right definitely looks like him.
Yeah,
I think Encelans lived for a couple hundred years, so that definitely could be him.
Another tack on the wall, another chink in the armor. All roads lead to the sequels. I'm sorry, I hate to bust everybody's bubble.
In my humble opinion,
we were having such a good stream of session.
Bright spot of the
such a good stream.
Well, I mean, we knew that was going to happen anyway. Obviously, our mileage all varies on the sequels, but we knew it was coming.
So is this why is Grogu starting to reach his potential? I mean, obviously,
I'd say he's starting to scratch the surface.
He's not training with Luke, so
the Mandalorian.
Is this now him just gaining force powers and learning on his own?
Bro, just skip 100 years. Give me adolescent Grogu right now.
Yeah.
I think Grogu with a Mandalorian helmet, bro. That's what I want.
There's a
with
scene
or without ear holes, though.
Doesn't matter.
I think you got to go with, but there's a scene some fans are saying looks like they're forging a helmet for him, and I do think we are just scratching the surface.
Gotta protect them ears, bro.
That makes sense, bro. So the helmet that Din has, that's supposed to be Grogu's helmet.
I don't know what the one he digs up is, but there's like a scene where it looks like the armor is dipping in like a ladle, but it's not a ladle. If you look close, it's a wrench that's holding something.
A lot of people said that was a pauldron.
It could be, but it looks like it has more like a little slit for maybe Homeboy's ears or something.
Roll it again.
That's beautiful bean footage.
If the ears pop out, they gotta get some separate ear armor.
It's like way in the beginning.
Okay, so is this R2 at the bar or what?
No.
I know, man.
It's an R2 unit, but it's not R2D2.
I'm just looking at those colors, man. It just screams.
He's too shiny.
No, but I like that there's B1s.
Oh yeah.
Listen, it wasn't Obi-Wan in the background of Boba Fett. It's not R2 in the background.
Damn you! All right, because I came up with that one.
You remember when everyone thought that was Obi-Wan sitting in the?
It did look
Where
like
did they do the ladle?
I just want follow up with Quinlan Voss after he got name dropped in Kenobi. Like, give him some freaking Voss, man.
All right, so let's go on a tangent here.
Find me a
dope-ass
Native American actor and get him in on that shit.
Okay, everybody in the chat. So there's like 20 of you in there. I want to see some ones and zero and twos. Is this Mandalore the Great's helmet?
Yes.
I love that.
Question. One for yes, twos for no's. Is this Mandalore the Great? Is he down somewhere where Mandalorians haven't been in a millennia, and that this is the resting place of Mandalore, the Mandalore, our Jedi Mandalorian? And is this his armor? Is he going to forge Grogu's armor out of the Mandalore's gear?
Well, that'd be sick as hell.
Disrespectful.
That is the only way. That is the only way.
Hey, I know all you creators. Don't go kiking my idea. Don't go stealing it. Come on.
It's the disrespect to do
that. Don't go doing it. Don't go thieving my. Don't thieve it. Sheev is the worst. He'll do it on other streams. Don't go stealing shit.
I never steal anything. I only repurpose.
I love him, but he's a thief. No, he's coming out this weekend. I'm looking forward to some thief time. Don't go stealing it, my guy.
Nah, I don't even remember what it was.
It's
go for it.
The Great's armor. Grogu's new armor is from Mandalore.
That's actually not bad.
God, can you imagine seeing that little dude with a Mandalorian?
Write that down.
Was that Clone Wars that they showed the silhouette of him, or was it Rebels?
It was no, I think
Wasn't
it was
he like
Rebels.
Painted on the walls. No, it's not.
No, it was Rebels because they told a story. It was when Kanan was describing. I think it was when Kanan was describing the Mandalorian, Mandalore the Great, and he.
Well, they don't show the top of it. It's got a point on it. Debunking this. I'm debunking it right now.
Debunking already. Here, let's play it.
Getting your James Gunn on.
See, that's what it is. See, they showed that helmet, and then they immediately wavered to little Grogu.
That's Din. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Hey, yes, you see the top of it. You can see the top of it. It's flat.
It is flat.
I'm just saying.
Maybe it's flat from here. That's how he died. Maybe
it's probably just a regular old helmet. But Obsession, do me a favor. Go to 40 seconds.
40 seconds. At 40 seconds.
And then push play and like go real slow.
Oh, you want
this?
Yeah, right there.
That I think that might be Grogu's helmet.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is a wrench.
I'm not gonna be able to take it.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Damn.
Technically forging tongs, but yes,
sir.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch! All right,
I think in the original trailer that we see a like smaller helmet like that. That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember though. Someone in my
speed.
chat said that. So
Here we go. 25.
But yeah, no,
then I remember.
pause it right there. Like this right here, the whole Din and Grogu thing, they can play this shit out for so long, bro. Like, this is
They
it.
are doing it in another series now, Last of Us.
This is what we're here for.
Holy hell.
There's
AKA
gotta be
Billy
like
Stein.
end credits.
doesn't come up, right?
No, they
make
just
some
showed
dope ass music played at a quarter speed though.
Right? You think they'd know if I tracked that and played it slow like that?
Maybe.
I mean, that's a little helmet or a pauldron, but it's kind of round.
I've been saying this for a minute, man. Grogu is the Mandalorian. That's what the show is named after. Not Din.
Yeah, I'm with you with that.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi. They'll never see it coming. Talking about
Mandalorian.
He's one
Jedi.
and the same.
He's not a Jedi technically. He's kind of like a
He was
Ahsoka.
trained
He was a Jedi for 20
So
years.
you think
He was a Padawan.
Yeah,
Now he's just a
Grogu.
Force user.
Is Grogu just remembering, or is Luke going to come back and help him out some more?
That's what I'm wondering.
We're not going to see Luke this season, I don't think.
Oh,
I-
come on.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any payoff.
Oh,
I
dude,
really don't.
I've had a theory since the Book of Boba Fett that like Din Djarin was never explained. Like, oh, Grogu's training is done. Like Grogu just appeared on Tatooine and helped them out, and that was it. Like, and then the two of them are blasting off at the end of it. He was never told like, hey, your training's done.
What's
or
the party for?
any of this. He's never like said, oh, Grogu picked you. He's done being a Jedi. He doesn't want to be that. So I think Din Djarin's gonna take him back to Luke at the beginning of the season and be like, is he done? And Luke's gonna be like, oh yeah. And he's like, but let's
go?
try to take care of that like emotional damage and just like take care of his little flashbacks real quick.
I mean, I hear rumors that Luke might be in Ahsoka. Obviously Hayden and the Anakin stories, but I really don't see any reason to bring Luke back until the cinematic, right? I mean, until it's the big battle at the end, right? I don't
use.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we all want that Luke Jedi Order series from Dave Filoni, so
no, they don't, my guy. No, they don't, because that road leads to the sequels. They don't want that shit.
Oh yeah, fuck.
They don't want that shit.
Listen, you forgot how you forget.
Listen,
you
Linda,
guys are going to make Sheev feel so bad for liking The Last Jedi.
Listen, Linda.
Oh,
listen.
I don't even like The Last Jedi. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Love The Last Jedi.
You forgot. You forgot.
Oh, never mind. That was the other guy.
Yeah, that's me.
Look.
Oh,
Listen,
that's right. That's Scotty that likes The Last Jedi. My bad. Sorry, Sheev.
Don't worry about it.
It's happening, right? And Luke building that temple in Book of Boba, that scene with Grogu. Game over, kids. Now we got Babu Frick. Come on, man. How many clues do you guys need?
Show me Rey in The Mandalorian, then I'll believe it. Until then,
10-year-old General Hux. Little Ginger running around.
We've actually already seen his dad in, I think, the video games or something, or his dad has been name dropped in something already. So even more proof that the sequel is.
All right. So serious hot take.
Yeah, Rey ain't going to be born for like 10 years.
Serious
Jack.
take. Is Palpatine, are we going to see some potential Palpatine non-Force clones? Are we going to see Rey's parents, Rey's dad, potentially on Mount Tantus? Because at this point, Palps has been experimenting with duplicates of himself. So are we going to see his non-Force ability clone walking around? Because the reason they keep him alive is to see how long the clone will last, all this scientific shit. But really, I mean, are we going to see this on Mount Tantus? Are we going to see some potential Palpatine aged clones?
No cap, bro. I want to see Palpatine's other children with his other baby mama, Sly Moore and Cyclonus. I would love that. Bring that on. If we go on, let's go all the way with it. Bring the whole family in.
Well, I'll tell you what, they'll look like this if they come from Sly Moore.
Oh no! Don't do yourself like that.
I think if they do show any of that stuff, I hope that it's more advanced than what we got in the Mandalorian show already.
Goddamn lighter. There it is.
Because they have already hinted at like what looked like almost Snoke species inside that one chamber.
Yeah.
Like season 1. Was that season 1 or 2?
That was season 2 on the same ship that Luke showed up on. That was
so. I would expect Mount Tantus to be more advanced.
Oh no,
than
it was
that,
the base.
It was the base on Navarro. Yeah.
Yeah. So if Mount Tantus isn't similar or more advanced than that, I will.
Well, here's the thing. Look, obviously the Grogu blood that they took in season 1 is what they used to create the clones or the force sensitive bodies, whatever,
DNA
for that cloning facility, and they used it all up, right? So at this point, do they start experimenting with maybe Luke's missing hand, or do they get Grogu
They probably have been
to Mount Tantus, right? Like this is
we call that hand the stranger.
Oh,
I mean, what?
Well, it's only a stranger to Luke after being gone 25 years.
So does that mean Thing is Luke's hand, force imbued, crawling around?
Holy shit!
If Luke saw that hand, he couldn't pick him out of a lineup at this point.
That was out of pocket.
We actually
it's Bruce Campbell's hand from Evil Dead.
We actually could get a Luke's hand type thing. That was supposed to be the opening scene for 7.
Could
Could
we just see it in the background of Mount Tantus, right? If not Lamasu, but
Mount Tantus would be a little early unless we get the Mount Tantus in both shows, which that'd be cool to get Mount Tantus in the Mandalorian. But
I think we should.
What if?
I think we should get them in both. Man. I think showing the time span of that facility. Maybe it's an abandoned facility, right? By the time Din Djarin discovers it,
something cool facility that's in Survivor.
Well, that's a hidden facility. That's a Jedi facility.
Right. Okay.
That's not a Sith facility. That's a Jedi facility because
it's a recreation of Joe Costa's stuff.
To me, it seems like that facility is very like it's a trap, right? It's a prison. And the Jedi are the kind of people that imprison their enemies. They don't kill them. The Sith do.
That's right. My predictions.
I'm just saying, like, is there, because there was a connection between that and the tomb stuff in Kenobi, then, you know, there could be some Jedi cloning, hanky-panky stuff going on.
Yeah. So Hawks was talking about earlier how the Mandalorian season 2 kind of Navarro base was like pretty decent size, had a decent amount of VATs and stuff. Something that I think a lot of fans haven't even been talking about with Mount Tantus is it's not just one mountain like it was in Legends. It looks like a whole bunch of them, or at least 2 or 3.
Right. Yeah.
So like imagine the size of the Navarro base and multiply it by 30-fold.
Oh.
Like there's probably hella stuff there. Not to mention, seeing the stuff on Fortress Inquisitorius and Kenobi. Like there's probably all sorts of crazy stuff in those mountains.
Dude, and that's what I'm saying. That's where I want Bad Batch to end. Like I would love the climax to be on Tantus. Sure, let like Luke Skywalker or someone else be involved, but have it be the catalyst that drives Palpatine to Exegol with that small collective of people with like 3 or 4 chambers and these like aliens helping him. That's all he had left, bro.
But here's the thing, he murks all of them.
Well,
that's what he acts Bad Batch.
At this point, we heard, what is it, Dr. Pershing? We heard Dr. Pershing say, we've exhausted the blood from the child. We need one with a higher M count. The only entity with a higher M count is Luke Skywalker.
Guys are going way deeper than I think they're going to go with this.
I don't.
Well, Dr. Pershing is in the trailer too.
They literally mention Grogu's M count. They literally talk about how they need a specimen with a higher M count, with a higher metachlorine count. Right?
I have to go back and watch because I don't remember specifically what they say.
I will.
Did they say they ran out of the DNA?
I just rewatched that episode.
And they said that they was actually.
I have to start my rewatch.
Yeah, right. For real.
No, I mean, the one thing I will
whole
series.
Really?
Yeah,
that's what's up.
It's on the Navarro episode.
Wait, so are we staying up until the Bad Batch episode? Because I'm down for that.
Well, I'm gonna be doing my stream later.
He's doing his stream, but yes, we will.
Good.
For sure.
So I'm pretty sure it's this one. Let me share this. Put this tab in. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken.
Speaking of Moff, how's he getting out of jail?
Wrong one.
For real though, I've been wondering that too. I will say too, in the trailer, it looks like Pershing's almost in Coruscant. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's Coruscant.
It is Coruscant.
Is it, or is it Hosnian Prime or something? Because
ain't no damn Hosnian Prime. It's Coruscant.
Okay.
Because those not the Jedi Temple.
That one X-wing pilot. Whenever we decide to get to that scene in the trailer, I got a little something on that too.
Okay.
It just looks so similar to the Return of the Jedi.
I can bring you in warm.
There it is.
I can bring you in cold.
This is a lab. We need to get into the system and figure out.
Like this.
I got a question after this.
Pardon me.
Yeah, he said we'll highly find a donor. You were there.
I'm gonna give it a second to not get us taken out of the orbit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were promising effects for an entire fortnight, but then, sadly, the body rejected the blood. I highly doubt we'll find a donor with a higher M count, though. I recommend that we suspend all experimentation. I fear that the volunteer will meet the same regrettable fate if we proceed with the transfusion. Unfortunately,
The volunteer.
Yep. Volunteers.
Volunteer.
So the M count.
I'm sure they were volunteered rather than being volunteers.
Yeah.
Correct.
Grogu's M count wasn't high enough to create life within the clone.
Sustain life. It created life for a fortnight, but then it died.
Okay.
So this kind of goes off one of my theories that I kind of have been going on a little bit. Do you guys think it's possible Palpatine has been cloning or using little kids in particular with high M counts as babies to try and clone things? Ever since back in the Clone Wars.
I mean, it's fucking Palpatine.
Yeah, exactly. But since the Clone Wars, Rebels, like all these shows, we've seen the Inquisitors, Palpatine, all these different characters trying to kidnap little kids. And what's going on with this?
Yeah, Sidious has a thing for kidnapping Force-sensitive children.
And Sheev, you're not wrong, bro, because the Acolyte show is going to show us when the Sith infiltrated the Jedi. We might see him starting to siphon off these children at a very, very early time in his time as a senator. Like,
and it makes me wonder too, because
when does cloning efforts start?
Yeah, and with Pershing saying like, he didn't have a high enough M count. What if all those, mummified Jedi that we see in Kenobi and everything, like, what if they tried to use all of them and none of them had a high enough M count? And that's why.
Yeah, they absolutely. That's why else would you keep trophies like that?
Because Thrawn is
aside from Vader's a sick fuck, but aside from that, like
so we just eliminated literally everybody. Who
Thrawn is supposed to have
Luke. Dude, it's Luke. That's what I'm saying. The only
Luke, Leia, and
it's Luke.
Palpatine before he got tossed in the reactor were probably the only ones. And Vader.
But Luke's hand should be enough, though.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. I would like to see at some point a delivery to Lamassu, and it's Luke's hand.
Yeah.
Right. Lead us to that. Right. Because the roads are going there, and the only M count high enough to sustain life is the descendant of Anakin Skywalker. And the only thing they're going to find better would be a non-charred piece of Anakin. Right.
I mean, plus, how poetic.
He is still alive.
Like, what if they found Anakin's legs and arms?
Luke finished the charred job at the end.
Are uncharred, right? Like,
okay, so
M count.
The hand is in a comic.
I must finish what Obi-Wan began.
The hand is in a comic, and Maz Kanata in Force Awakens talks like that's a story for another time in terms of the Skywalker saber.
It's far too early for this story because obviously, Luke's a puppy and he's just a little kid, so it's obviously not his mitt. But I mean, what if it's what if we start seeing Palpatine's goons found a piece of Vader on Mustafar that was unbarbecued, right?
But I mean, like, they could have done this while he was still alive. Just taking, he still had blood.
I mean, how do we know Palpy didn't go, hey, bro, will you do a blood test? I want to make sure everybody around me doesn't have this virus. You know, can I get some of your blood?
Well, all Palpy had to do is screw with the medroids that scrubbed him down every day. You're gonna get epithelials like crazy off of that shit.
Yeah.
So it just seems like there's a reason that they're using this M count. There's a reason they're bringing metachlorines back into the fold, because we're going to see that Snoke. We're going to see that build eventually, right? There's a reason that Dave is lining all these chips up.
Yeah, man, they're gonna have to show me that Snoke clone.
Palpatine literally telling Vader he can use it to make anything.
Bruh. There you go.
So,
right?
Because Luke fighting Luke, bro.
Comics are canon.
I mean, does this lead to Sabayoth? Right? Like, does this give us an entrance into a Luke clone or into a you know, maybe it's not. I mean, you know, they twist the stories from Legends and EU, but could it be an Anakin clone, not a Luke clone, a Sabayoth that's Anakin's clone?
Oh, fuck.
That would be wild.
All right, let me ask a question real quick.
What if they kept Anakin's hand from when Dooku cut it off?
Let me ask you something real quick. My only exposure to Sabayoth was in the Outbound Journey Legends novel, and which is also when I first came across Thrawn, when they met in that novel.
Well,
so
wasn't it also?
And to me, it seemed like Sabayoth died at the end of that. So like, I'm a little bit behind on.
Well, my theory on Sabayoth is that his whole thing is supposed to be a clone, not clone, a Jedi from that era of prequels, and Ray Stevenson is actually playing a Jedi survivor in Ahsoka, but he looks incredibly like Terran Malicos from Fallen Order. I think that Malicos survived, and he's going to be the Sabayoth role helping Thrawn.
That'd be wild.
You think he survived? You think he survived Cal Kestis burying him, or burying him in the ground?
He never died. That's because Mirren buried him, but he was encased in like magic. That shit could have kept him alive, I think.
Well, I mean, what an interesting way to introduce that, and having Mira die in Survivor, and her magic is cut loose, and he claws his way out. You know, what a great way to end the series, leading to a Thrawn allegiance or something. Look, it's the Bad Batch. I am digging what's going on in Bad Batch. This last episode was just fire, right? And to watch the clones figure out what the Empire is doing bit by bit, that's the part that I'm enjoying the most, right? Watching Wilco won't just assassinate people. He won't just do that, whatever's, you know, what the stormtroopers do, whatever. They're getting paid. But you start to see the clones' chips aren't failing. Order 66 is done. There's no more Jedi to terminate, right? So they're not in a program mode, right? The program mode is over. Now they're back into normal mode, and they're starting to see that the people that they're listening to are not protecting life like they were designed to do. They're exterminating life, right? So this is a big thing for the clones. The clones were designed to protect. They were soldiers of the Republic. Yeah. And they have a hard time with an empire that is an authoritarian empire that kills people that don't abide by their rules or that are on the other side without negotiation, right? That's really why
your crosshair.
That's really why
that was good.
That was really good. That's why Cody stepped away, right? He told somebody, we'll negotiate for peace. That's what they want. The clones want peace. That's what they're fighting for. And when they see that he's trying to negotiate, Cody's trying to negotiate peace, and the Empire's like, we don't negotiate. Pew, 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 everybody's dead. That's not what the clones were designed for.
Yeah.
The chips 100%. Aren't failing. The chips did their job. You got Order 66, but you know, I think that's a big part that people are forgetting. The chips aren't failing. They're just
going back to base function. They're wearing off is probably a better term for it.
But the order is done, right?
Slow degeneration.
Exactly. But it's not degeneration. They're programmed, their original programming, their base function is to protect the Republic, to protect the people of the Republic. And when they see the Empire, it will just shoot you, whether you're a citizen of the Republic or not. If you don't agree with them, that's where their chips, their programming is to protect life, not to take it. They only take it when they have to. Right.
One of my favorite things of this episode actually was the fact that they had Cody doing what he did in the Clone Wars and taking out all the droids. Like it was literally just like the Clone Wars. But then when it comes down to it, and it's, you know, the governor is at the end, that's when it gets real. Just like in season 1 of the Bad Batch, when, you know, the very first episode, they go to Saw's encampment thinking it's droids, and then it's humans, and they're like, yo, we didn't sign up for this. Like that's literally the same kind of thing. And I love that they did that with Cody in this episode.
Yeah, it's showing, it really is showing. They showed Wilco getting shot by our good buddy Lieutenant
Rampart.
I was looking for his rank, but yes, Lieutenant Admiral Rampart. But you know, he just guns him down from behind. But I mean, that's what they were going to do to Cody. Cody just saw the writing on the wall. Everybody thinks he's dead. Cody's way too smart for that. Cody and Rex are the two smartest and like probably the two oldest clones that are still alive, right? I mean, they're generation 1. So to think that Cody was like going to get, you know, somebody's going to shoot him in his back, like sneak up on him. Nah, man. No. So he's definitely on the run. I think we will see him with the Bad Batch meetup. He'll meet up with the Bad Batch and he'll meet up with Rex. But I think ultimately Cody might be the reason that Rex, Wolf, and Gregor step away. They may feel responsible for his death, and Rex can't deal with that. Right? It's like losing Anakin and Ahsoka all over again.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm really glad that Ozzy brought that up, because I'll bring up the Charles Soule Vader comics any chance I get. There's a scene where Vader is confronting the Inquisitors, right? There's 2 Inquisitors that want to basically leave the Inquisitorius. There's troopers there with them, right? One of the Inquisitors says to the clones,
No, that's not what it is. Vader's with a group of clones, and it's the Jedi trying to escape.
The Jedi.
And the Jedi says, "Oh, don't you know he's a Jedi? Execute Order 66," and they all turn on Vader.
And it immediately again, the protocol. So the protocol can be real.
That's when they're invading Moncala, right?
No, that was I thought that was at the Jedi Temple.
Jedi
that's
Bar,
Moncala.
the guy with the
I thought it was Moncala too.
Yeah, it's Moncala.
He started telling that, and then everybody immediately knew what you were talking about. Like, right away.
Oh yeah,
because it's crazy. Like that was the first time we'd heard Order 66, and the stormtroopers acted the exact same way in that moment. And I think that Order 99 will be the same thing. Palpatine's going to give that directive, and we don't know what the hell that shit means, but
that I think,
going to be crazy.
I think Order 99 is the basic, like you're decommissioned, right? Like the droids have their
that simple.
I think that's their decommissioning protocol. Like you're done, because he knew that there was an end in sight, right? He was playing chess while the Jedi were playing Chinese checkers, right? The Jedi were playing jacks and marbles, and Palpatine was playing 4D chess. Okay, he was light years ahead of them. We don't know. He knew that eventually he'd have to dispose of the clones, right? He knew that day would come because he knew that the clones would turn on him eventually because of what he was doing. So
you know what's hilarious is like I heard someone say recently, like I wasn't even sure the clones was originally part of his plan, but he kind of stumbled upon it and then was like, well, this is how it's going. And that kind of makes sense, just how it was with Sifo Dyas kind of foreseeing it. Although he probably projected some of those visions.
If you go back, technically Plagueis, if you really go back into some of the EU and stuff, Plagueis actually financed Sifo Dyas's army.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So like
isn't that right in the Plagueis novel?
Ultimately, Plagueis and Palpatine were in on the clone, and that whole thing on Kamino, they just let Sifo Dyas and Dooku set them up to take it over. Right.
Yeah.
So
wasn't it Plagueis, under his normal guise of, immune financier, but I remember there was a meeting where he just started planting seeds directly with Sifo Dyas.
Yeah,
he literally played Sifo Dyas into creating the army.
Yeah.
Right. And then
love that novel.
But that's the thing is they knew about the army 10 years ahead of time. So they were implementing these protocols 10 years ahead of time, which means that Palpatine knew eventually I got to get rid of these clones. I got to consign an army of masses over function, right? I don't care that they can't shoot good. I need them to overwhelm the opponent. That's the score. We learned that with the clone.
Yeah.
The clones overwhelm their one Jedi opponent. We need to do that, but like 100-fold. So he knows he has to get rid of them. So there's got to be a command, an order that decommissions the clones that tells them you're no longer officer or soldiers of the Republic. You're now free men.
But do you think it's going to be that kind? I think it'll be the other way around, like they turn on each other kind of thing.
Well, if they're going to do a rebellion, I think it's got to be after the clone rebellion starts, right? It's got.
Well, I'm saying Order 99. Like you want to decommission some clones, they're going to be decommissioning each other. If you know what I'm saying.
That might be it. It might, and that might.
I don't think it's going to be as
Cody
cushy
McGregor.
as like, okay, walk off into the sunset. We'll see you guys.
I mean,
never.
Cody still got his chip, right? And
they weren't grown to age twice as fast as us for no reason.
Rex, Gregor, and Wolf all had their chips removed. So could the chips get activated to have them? Like, I like what you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Could they be activated to turn on each other? Cody starts fighting with Rex, Gregor, and Wolf. They kill him, and that's why they go out into the middle of nowhere because they can't fight the war after they had to kill their homeboy, right? Like, I really think Cody.
Why we don't see as much in the Return of the Jedi era.
They're hiding, right? They're hiding the whole time, right? And they want no part in it. And what better way for them to want to leave the war and want to leave the rebellion and step away again than killing one of their best mates, right? I mean, it's just
who's got the train?
Me.
Scotty's looking. Somebody's looking up something.
Nope, not me.
That's me.
Let's see. I'm confused about why Anakin led the 501st when he was a knight and Obi-Wan was a master.
Because Rex was tight like that, Mick.
Palpatine's favoritism.
Yes, but I mean the 501st and the 332nd, the 501st and what was Kenobi's? The 332nd was Ahsoka's break off.
Was it?
I feel like they were kind of made by the people that led them, though. You know,
I feel like there's a 2 in there somewhere. I just can't remember. 212th?
Is it 212?
That sounds like it. 212.
Two something.
So, I mean, really, I don't think one.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Not on the East Coast.
Clones or army or battalion was stronger than the other, but Cody was a commander because he followed orders. Rex and he followed orders because Kenobi was a Jedi that followed the rules most of the time. Rex learned from Anakin. Anakin broke the rules all the time, and Rex was encouraged to break the rules by Anakin. So the reason that Cody was a commander,
improvisation,
he never got broke down like Rex, who was only a captain. You know,
didn't he get made one at the end of the
He did, but then Cody took his rank away when he was with Ahsoka. He's like, then you'll lose your rank.
I don't think it was Cody. Was it Cody? I don't think.
Cody,
I think it was
Jesse.
Jesse, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he was busted down in rank because he was, disobeying orders.
Whatever.
I don't count that part.
Yeah.
He even calls himself a captain in Rebels. So, he's
Captain Rex.
He's like Captain Crunch. He's never going to get a promotion. He's like Captain Crunch. I'm always going to be a captain, no matter how many years I'm mining the market. So what? All right, let's do it. What are the predictions for tonight? What are we going to see? Are we going to see Jedi? Are we going to see? Is this an Omega story? Is this a Rex and the sisters? What are we going to see tonight?
I got this feeling just because of the name, like Faster, that we're gonna spend a lot of time on the ship. Like something's gonna happen. Like I don't think they're even going back to Ord Mantell. Maybe the end, they're trying to escape the whole episode. Something weird like that.
I'm gonna go on a hunch and say that we're gonna see the Zillo Beast and Gunji, and at least I hope they're in the same episode. That would be tight.
That'd be sick.
I think that one's gonna be Tribe.
Oh, Tribe.
Probably. Yeah, I think Tribe is probably the Gunji episode, and I don't think we'll see the Zillo Beast until maybe closer to Mount Tantus, but we'll see. I think tonight
Junji will be in the Kashyyyk episode for sure.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Tonight's episode, I think, is going to be kind of a mission of the week. I think, honestly, we're going to meet Wanda Sykes' character a little bit more and have her send them on a mission. It might be a little bit more of a fillery episode tonight, but I think the end of it is going to have Rex pop in and be like, yo, boys, I need you for a mission. My boy Cody needs help.
Yeah,
I just want Wanda Sykes' character being a pirate to lead us to some Hondo. I want me some fucking Hondo Onaka.
Listen, if Johnny Depp isn't playing Hondo Onaka, I don't want to see it. Sorry, he's the perfect Hondo Onaka, bro. He's space pirate from Caribbean pirate to space pirate. He'd be perfect, dude.
Only if at some point he talks about somebody defecating in his bed.
Yes, dude, I'm all about it. Yes,
he's supposed to be in whatchamacallit?
Who left the bento poodoo in my bed?
Skeleton.
That was not polite.
Yeah, Ezra. I love that boy. Yeah, I'm eager to see. Word on the street is this is a pod racing episode. So this is.
You see that on the street?
This is tech. What happened?
Yeah, I see it actually.
Is there a bug?
Someone clipped that spider. I saw it actually.
You saw that?
I saw it.
I'm like, what?
Go back a couple seconds, chat.
Oh,
I think it was just Daddy Longlegs, but damn.
Doesn't matter. They're still scary.
You know, Daddy Longlegs have enough poison to kill you, but their fangs are too weak to break our skin.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for them. All right, so it seems like faster. I heard pod racing at some point, so I love a good pod racing scene. It seems like this could be like we need some money scene.
Oh, if we're doing pod racing, then we're totally seeing Anakin's bully for sure.
So Bulba?
Yeah.
That's all right.
He's been running it.
Nobody.
I bet everything on Sebulba.
That'd be nice. I would be down for that.
You cheated.
Wanda Sykes could tie into my theory though, because maybe like she meets them mid getaway, and she's like, "Hey, by the way, do this." So, I don't know, some shit.
I mean, I wish they would have made Wanda something other than herself, right? Like I didn't know Wanda Sykes was in Star Wars, right? I didn't know.
I don't think Wanda Sykes does anything other than Wanda Sykes.
Was like a galaxy. I didn't know Wanda was in a galaxy far, far away, bro.
If she
asking a little too much,
then we get to see her in live action.
Yeah.
See,
so, I'm just saying.
Some people would say she's been there for a while.
That's
like
man, listen, it's all connected. Why are they putting these people that could play the parts in the cartoons, in the video games, and it's all coming to live action, man?
Yeah,
because her and Hunter are gonna smash and have lots of pirate babies.
Hunter, no, she's in the tech.
Dude, she likes.
Oh, she wants genius babies.
He wants nerds with pretty brown eyes.
Yo, speaking of that, it got me thinking.
Receding hairlines.
Oh boy.
The deserter clone going
hey.
had a family.
No, I'm with it. That's gonna be me in like 10 years.
No,
please.
Were those actually his kids?
No,
I'm saying it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they
what?
were. They did not look like.
You gonna take that away from him, Obsession? How dare
I don't think those are his kids, man. They look nothing like a human.
That's because they take after their mother's features. That's all. Yeah.
Not Jason.
I don't think there's enough time for those kids to be born. Are they age accelerated too?
Exactly.
Is clone genetic makeup? Does it accelerate their stuff?
Only by like half instead of like double.
Exactly. It's
like they'll age a year and a half per year instead of 2 years per year.
Whatever
It only takes 5 seconds, not
That's
2.5.
The only reason I asked that though is when she's coming on the tech, I got to thinking, I'm like, can clones smash?
Yeah, clones can
Do
smash.
they know how? Because he didn't say
well, they can in Legends.
Well, you got to think though. Also, these are a bunch of 10-years, right? Like these are a bunch of 10-years.
Republic Commandos got it on with that Jedi chick.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Obsession. What did you want to do when you were 10 years old?
I'm just saying. These are a bunch of 10-year-olds that grew up around a bunch of dudes. Like obviously he knows how to smash, right? Like he's been thinking about it every time he goes off world, right? Like, you think those slash marks for Wrecker are from the missions, bro? No.
No more Star Wars for you, young man.
They don't call him Wrecker because of all the clankers he tanks out.
That's all the victory lap, baby.
My dude was sleeping with a teddy bear though, so I don't know about that. Just saying.
She's like, nah.
They say Wrecker wrecks a lot of boxes. They ain't talking about cargo.
Oh.
Like they call him Smasher if that was the case.
They don't call him Wrecker for nothing.
Rika.
That's why Crosshair's still with the Empire. He don't miss.
He's no home wrecker.
Yeah, can you imagine this voice while it's pumping into you? Oh, yes.
No.
I never miss, bitch.
He said, I'm calculating at least 20,000 semen ejected.
And here's where the train went off the rails.
I tagged the cervix and both ovaries with one shot.
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I'll stop now for a minute.
Who's staying up tonight? So she's doing one tonight. Who else is staying up tonight?
No, folks got jobs, man.
East Coast can't do it.
I live in Michigan. No way, homie.
East Coast can't go.
Be up playing some Mass Effect until the Bad Batch. So I'm down.
Y'all move Lucasfilm to like the center of the United States, like Oklahoma or some shit. I'll think about it.
They'd still release that shit at midnight just to mess with everybody.
I can stay up to 1 watching, so I'm cool with that. But 3,
I mean, at least it's only like 28 minutes. It's not like the hour
before work,
45-minute episodes or like Visions that they released all at once, and you're like, oh my god, I want to go to sleep, and it's 3 a.m.
If it was like the finale, I had some more PTO, then yeah, man.
Well, it's gonna be. I mean, I'm excited about it. I like the growth of Omega. I think that Omega's hiding some secrets. I think I think she's holding her cards close to the vest. She hasn't told the guys anything of the truth yet, but I got a sneaking suspicion that she's a mom. You know, her DNA was used to create the boys, and that's the big secret.
I think she's gonna be the one that brings Crosshair back, based
only
on the first conversation they ever had in the show. She told him that like it's not you, it's gonna be fine. Like she was really trying to relate with that guy when he was having that really hard time, and I just feel like she's gonna do that again, like bring the light back to him somehow.
I think they're gonna do a Rey Kylo and just have her keep bringing him back and him just not going for it.
Well, I think she was saying that about his programming before they talked about him.
Before it actually went down.
Before the chip, the chips were, you know, his chip was removed or whatever. It seems like she was having that conversation with him before he really went down the path, right? Before he really went dark. So, I mean, it seems like Crosshair's a lost cause. You know, at this point, I think that's what that last episode solidified is, you know, he's the lonely clone. He's a solo clone.
If he was going to come back, it would have been in that episode.
He'll get his redemption song, man.
You don't think he was listening to Cody at all?
See, I think the fact that Cody was the last clone that he really like knew, and now he's gone, that's what solidified him as the solitary clone. But I think now that he has nobody and he's seeing what they're actually doing to the clones, and those words that Cody said to him before he left are going to sit with him for the rest of his life. And he's going to sit there every day that he's working for the Empire, thinking about that, thinking about all his brothers that left him and feeling like he was abandoned by them. But at the same time, he kind of abandoned them. And he's going to come to terms with that throughout the season, I think. And, I think his only redemption would be a sacrifice in the end.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I'm right with you. If he gets redeemed, he's going to be going out while doing it.
Yeah, he is going to have more friends in the Delta Squad because I do believe they're going to play a role in this season, and they're going to be the threat that he sacrifices himself for. They're going to kill him. Yeah.
What do you think Metamorphosis is going to be?
I think that could be an Omega growth spurt. I think that could be like Omega transition into her final form, if you will. Right?
It just sparked to me right now. That's the Zillo Beast episode.
Oh, Metamorphosis.
That's probably the Zillo Beast episode.
Really?
But they talked about it though, like in the interviews. They keep hyping up a Metamorphosis.
It seems like it would make sense to be like a fast forward, if you will.
I like it.
Like Omega's coming into her own, right? And becoming a true member of the Bad Batch, not just the one they have to protect, but being a legit member of the crew with responsibility and so on, because they're teaching her, right? That's the thing, is like, that's why I kind of feel like she's the sample source for the Bad Batch, right? That she's got all of their traits if you really look at it. Like, not so much Wrecker, because he's like obviously a like performance enhanced clone, but I mean, if you look at Tech's teaching her every ship in the arsenal, and she's able to recite just like him off the book, like all of this information. She fixed Gronk, the Gronk droid that helped save them, that they were like, no one can fix that droid, it's crap, and she fixed it. So she's got a lot of like tech brain. She's got a lot of hunter instinct. She
follows a lot
like
of what he does in season 1.
The guy called the Wrecker Barry Bonds.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like, the only one that she doesn't physically like have a trait for is Wrecker, because his whole trait is that he's a little slower and he's just a monster. But she shoots,
except for when it comes to explosives. He's an explosives genius,
right? And he's teaching her explosives, and she's so it just seems like she has all of their abilities, right? Are all built into one little package. Now, maybe that is Django's influence, right? That is the true genetic duplication of a master bounty hunter, right? But it just seems like when she talks to them about, like, I was here when you were programmed, I was here when you were created, I remember you. It just seems like they put a lot of, and she talks to Echo. She's like, I don't like these machines either. They've hooked me up a lot. I've had a lot of needles in me. I understand. It just seems like she's been in that chair, getting samples taken, getting, messed with a lot as a test subject, that it seems like maybe they used her DNA instead of Django's, because Django's at this point was already degrading. They were already losing clones to not being productive. So it seems like this was the Kaminoans' idea to, like, hey, let's clone off of Omega. Wasn't that
that was the whole point of season 1?
Wasn't that doctor lady supposed to be like her mother or surrogate friend or something?
I'll say it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she hired what's her damn name?
Fennec Shin.
Yeah, Fennec Shin, in order to keep her safe.
I'm about to say,
that's why she let her go too, because she opened the bay doors for the Bad Batch to get away initially. So so she is very motherly to Omega. She raised her in that lab, and she is the most coveted secret that the Kaminoans have. They're trying to keep Omega away from the Empire, right? They her duty is to keep her safe because she's so valuable.
You know what I think is funny about that, though? I think the fact that they do that gives Palpatine an excuse to use them for his own purposes, which is even worse.
Well, because they've already created elite commando clones. Why can't they create something for him?
Yeah.
Right. So he steals the best minds and he blows everybody else up. He doesn't know that this perfect little clone of Jango Fett is sitting out there. There's 2 of them, right? There's Alpha and Omega. There's Boba and Omega. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to see a young Boba Fett in this series. Are they going to meet up at some point? Are they going to cross paths, not even knowing?
That would be dope.
Like one another. Are we going to see the Slave One, passing by, and then a young Boba
starship obsession?
No, that's the Slave One forever, baby. No, I got one right back there that says it. I will not buy the Lego set that says Boba Fett Starship. I will not buy it. Sorry, Lego and Disney. Can't do it, my guys. But yeah, I mean, what if they show up, right? And
I can see that.
That would be cool to see the Alpha and the Omega together at the same time.
I think, will he help them if they're going to have that connection? Or is he going to be against them if they cross?
I mean, I think that's why they did Fennec, right? Like
Jennifer Corbett could be lying to our face, though. She's a Hollywood person.
They're not yet. Okay, I'm down. I'm just saying.
I don't think Boba will be in this season, but I do think in the long run, the 2 of them will meet at some point. It'll probably be in Boba season 2.
Well, you think she's still alive that far down the road?
You think we're getting a
dude?
that.
Think of
That's where
every
I'm
Dave
at, Dan.
Filoni-
I'm like, you think we're getting season 2 of Boba? My cousin said that the other day.
Oh
and I
my
was like,
god!
Bro,
You
hold your breath.
realize
to lie.
I think
You have
Boba
got
is
to be the
permanently
most
in Mando forever.
optimistic of optimisms, my guy.
you guys think that Disney doesn't want to make money? That's hilarious.
Hell no, I don't think so.
That's
Not
hilarious.
that.
Sheev, you think we're getting Boba too?
If Disney wanted to make money,
Oh,
they'd
yeah.
make better Star Wars.
You think? You
Well,
think we're
true,
gonna get-
but
I heard
they
we're
also
gonna get
learn from their
Kenobi
mistakes
too.
most of the time.
I'm waiting for proof of that, but hopefully that's this year.
I hope Kenobi. I hear Kenobi season 2 might be a thing too.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! I mean, yay!
If they do Kenobi right and put Maul in there with Andor cinematography, yeah, that give me that.
How about my long-standing theory for Kenobi season 2? Kenobi fights Mace Windu. And
the bus driving bitch you don't like?
That bus driving bitch, Mace Windu. That bus driving bitch, Mace Windu.
That'd be dope.
Oh my god, you haven't heard about the bus driving bitch, Mace Windu? Mace Windu.
Oh,
is
yeah.
a bus driving bitch. He is.
This was established in Tales of the Jedi, don't you know?
Threw Dooku under that bus so hard, he didn't even feel the bump. It wasn't like no, bro.
You had me thinking like, was he talking about driving mistake? Wait, that was Morgan Freeman. What's he talking about right now?
Final destination shit. Like the end of what was it, number 2 when they were in Paris? Just
he's a bus driving bitch. He threw Dooku right under that damn. But it's his fault the Clone Wars ended the way it did. If Dooku was on the council, that shit never would have happened. Just saying. Sorry, not sorry. That bus driving bitch. Samuel L. Jackson, come on and defend your character. I dare you. That bus driving bitch, Mace Windu.
I've been saying this for
Samuel L. Jackson showed up, he wins.
I would just
everybody's dying for him to come back, and it's like he was kind of a dick though. Like we hated him most of the time. He was an asshole. Like
he's the reason Anakin went dark. Take a seat. Like he was a total jerk, man, the whole time. He's the reason Anakin turned out the way he did. It's his fault.
The thing about Mace is he was always a what do you call it?
Promoting bus driving bitch.
You know what's hilarious? Someone on Twitter tried to show this little clip of Attack of the Clones where he's like actually says something smart, and I'm like, you're gonna take the one clip where Mace Windu's not a butthole and try to use that
I was
as
about
an
to say,
excuse.
he wasn't a complete asshole. Mace Windu coming back as he is now with complete control of the dark side. That is the
see, and that's my hook, right? My hook is everybody wants the Boba and Mace battle, right? They want Boba to finish off Mace Windu and boomerang that full circle. I want Mace Windu hunting Luke Skywalker. Because he hears
that's a Skywalker.
No, yeah. I want
now we're talking.
Take a seat.
Luke Skywalker, because he knows that that's the descendant of Anakin, and he wants his revenge, and he doesn't want any Skywalkers roaming the galaxy. So Mace Windu goes dark side, shows up in the finale of Kenobi, and Mace Windu has to do what he did to Maul and beat that bus driving bitch's ass and bury him right next to Maul.
And then
how does he know that's his kid though? You gotta explain that now.
Look, Luke was a local legend on Tatooine. That's where Anakin came from. The first place I would look for a Skywalker descendant would be at the old Skywalker hut.
I mean,
how Reva can do it, Mace can do it.
How's he gonna know Luke Skywalker's Anakin Skywalker's son? That's crazy.
There's not many Skywalkers in the galaxy.
Depending on which time.
Yeah, there are. Do you know how many Chiss Skywalkers there?
Mace could
not many humanoid Skywalkers.
I think he would actually appreciate Luke than he did his dad, because Anakin, he brought down the Jedi and Luke was trying to bring it back. So Mace might.
But this is when Luke is still a little boy. This is still that 12-year-old Luke, man. I'm talking about like after Maul, he cuts down Maul and he's got Maul's grave. And he puts a campfire there so he can go talk to his old enemy and Qui-Gon and shit. I would love a scene where he's sitting there talking to Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon disappears out of nowhere, right, in mid-sentence, and all you see is Mace Windu coming over the dunes with a red saber, going, how could you let that Skywalker trash live?
So you want Reva?
I want like TVMA.
Yeah, but I want a good
version
Reva.
of that.
I want
like full Samuel L. Jackson. You'd be like, bitch, everybody in the galaxy knew you two were bumping ugly. And they just said, how can you let this dirty motherfucker
tired of motherfucking
how you letting Skywalker motherfuckers try ruining the galaxy? Right?
You're humping senators right in the middle of the floor. We all seen it.
Nobody said nothing, but you knew the whole time you were covering up for him. That's it. You got to die. And then Kenobi's got to hiya.
I'm tired of these motherfucking Jedi and this motherfucking planet.
Look, Mace's one crowning ability is that he has Shatterpoint, right? But and he uses Vapod against his adversaries. Without Vapod, could he beat a Kenobi? Right? Well, because he doesn't feed off of the dark side like he did when he was a Jedi, being consumed by the dark side. Would he be as powerful of a duelist?
Well, I'm glad you brought up Qui-Gon because I don't think that Qui-Gon will let two of his best friends kill each other. I think he would try to intervene in some way, shape, or form to help bring.
Wouldn't it be great to see a Force Ghost Qui-Gon try to interfere and then Mace chopping through the Force Ghost?
Qui-Gon knew what Mace did to his master. I'm just saying.
Wait, what?
Was Mace really his friend though? Qui-Gon knew how he did Dooku dirty.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
He knew he was
right, oh shit, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Qui-Gon denied the
opportunity. He'd be using Form 7 like a motherfucker, but it wouldn't be Vapod anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be
on the council. He's like, I'm not sitting next to that bus rider.
It'd just be Jim So.
But that's what I'm saying. It seems like it would be a cool scene to see, like you said, a Qui-Gon show up and be like, Mace, no. Like trying that same, Anakin, no kind of thing.
Right.
As a Force Ghost.
This is a phenomenal story.
Mace, no. And then Mace chops through the Force Ghost and it dissipates as he's going after Kenobi. Like he can't be reasoned with, right? This is a Mace that has been fueled in the dark side for a decade, right? This is a Mace that can't be reasoned with. His only obsession is finding a Skywalker descendant and killing him. That's it.
You don't have to explain this at all.
I love it.
It's not lore break. Just Obi-Wan just never talked about it.
Nobody ever talks about it, right? I mean, you don't see Mace die. We don't ever see him technically die.
You can write a letter to Dave Filoni right now.
I mean,
my only question would be
where the Samuel L's already been at Lucasfilm's ear. Like, I ain't dead, right?
Temple under the Jedi temple that Palpatine took over.
Mace is at the same place Plo Koon is in Kiara Mundi.
No, come on.
If he was going to come back, they should have been brought him back, bro.
He's just a splatter point.
You gotta. I mean, look.
You're going to bring him back.
We know there's a Jedi temple, or the Sith temple under the Jedi temple on Coruscant, right? We know that's there. What a great place to hide out away from the dark side. Telling you, this could be legit. This could happen, and what a great finale for season 2.
I used to think that Maul and Windu, or one of them, were the ones to rescue Grogu, though, from the temple.
See, I think we're going to see exactly what happens to Grogu here in a couple of months. That hallway scene kind of just feels like we're going to see it.
It's gonna be. Oh my god, I want to see that now. I'm in love with that story idea.
Right? It's crazy, but it tracks, right? That Mace Windu going dark and hunting a Skywalker.
I don't even care if it's all like amazing story.
If he survived, that totally tracks.
To watch play out. Like, don't even do a full series. Do like a 1.5 hour
episode.
Jedi.
Like the Tales of the Jedi or something short and sweet.
Oh, we're getting that in the Vader fan film for sure.
Oh my god.
Hogwash. Hogwash.
He wants the real deal, goddamn.
I want the real deal. I want Disney to do it. I want them to do something so fun and twisted. And I feel like they're finally ready to do it. Watching Vader come down the street and just dragging a person by their face down the street. I just feel like they've finally gotten to the point where they're willing to be a little dark. Let's tag that line. Let's throw that further.
I would like. So okay, how about this? The Ubisoft game coming out. It seems like a game where you can choose your own destiny. What if that's one of the options where you're just a gray, wrong path Jedi that doesn't know no limits to your abilities? Like you can just go ape shit, whatever you want.
I love everything you're saying right now.
Yes. My meter's gonna be right in the middle, like nice little buttons. You're like,
I just like how
Star Wars games are the perfect setup for the Fable mechanics, where every single quest and every decision you make tilts your meter towards the good or the bad. In Fable, your character literally would grow horns out of the side of his head if you got too evil.
Well, I mean, that's how KOTOR was.
We
KOTOR
need that
played
in a
that way.
Star Wars game.
Damn.
Right? You got to decide if you were going to be dark or light, and that dictated the ending of the game. So I mean that it sounds great, dude. This year for Star Wars is going to be so dope, right? I mean, we've got Bad Batch to just tease it. It's like an appetizer.
Heard it all before.
I'm going to Star Wars Celebration for London.
You going to London?
That's
you going to London?
Wow.
Don't tempt me, dog. Don't tempt me.
Let's make it happen, man.
No.
Here, get your tickets. Let's go.
Fuck that. Obsession, let's get a boat.
Get a boat. I like boats. Look, I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight's episode. I'm excited for March. March is going to be fucking fire, man.
Hell
we
yeah.
got Mando coming out. We got Survivor coming out 2 weeks after that. We got Ahsoka coming out like 3 weeks after that. Dude,
what?
Yeah,
we have a final date on Ahsoka?
I thought it was July.
I don't think we have an official date on Ahsoka. Huh?
I thought I read
this is news to me.
We don't have an official date on Ahsoka
I think
yet.
we're gonna get an official date at Celebration, but I don't know if there is an official date yet. I'm thinking back half of the year still, but we are getting the finale of Bad Batch, I think, in March as well. So still a lot happening.
A fall release for Ahsoka, but if we're getting it that early,
I mean, didn't they do a summer release last year for something? Was
Kenobi.
it Boba? Boba was. I thought Boba was the summer release.
Boba was beginning of the year. Kenobi was summer release, right along with Celebration.
And then
if they do it alongside Celebration for Ahsoka, that would make a lot of sense too. I feel like that's a little early.
Well, I mean, tell them how long I've been hyped for Ahsoka. So tell them
will Mando even be over by Celebration? Or will that be on its last week or what?
Mando will be in its last week during Celebration, or will have just finished. Was it 8 episodes?
Yeah, I think so.
So if they start March 1st, they'll be done May 1st. So right after Celebration. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be going on. I think we're going to get the Ahsoka trailer during Celebration.
When is coming out?
Well, are we going to get it, or just the people at Celebration again, like they did with the first Mando trailer?
Yeah, that's gonna be how it is.
Exactly
That's
going to happen. We're going to get
though. It'll get leaked out there.
Ones, and then
That's so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. If they just need to release it to everybody at once instead of doing it how they did last time. That was just dumb.
Oh, I know, because she was in those top secret G14 video sessions, and I was sitting in the hotel by myself.
I didn't get into the most important one, but the second most important.
Just hop on my channel. I got about 40,000 views on my leaked Ahsoka.
Oh, do you? Nice.
I do a slow-mo.
Nice. What else is going on? I think that's it this week, right? I mean, I think that's just
Battle Scars Jedi Battle Scars, I think is what it's called, which is going to be the book before Survivor comes out a couple weeks before the game. I think maybe even before Mando. So that's coming around the corner. I think there's a lot of books this year too.
I think that's late February. I think.
Okay, that makes.
Also,
I think. Don't quote me though.
Is Charles Soule writing that Survivor book?
No, it's M. Mags.
Because
Charles
he
Soule
is in the Survivor head writing position, right?
Charles Soule is working on the High Republic stuff, I thought.
Yeah,
with some of it.
But
he's a higher up than even that right now, too, though.
But what if our Jedi Survivor villain is part of the High Republic, and this is Charles's intro into his stories?
Oh yes,
Because I was looking at a book today, and the book I was looking at today was all High Republic stuff, and the robes that the Jedi Council were wearing was very similar to the robe that our villain in Survivor is wearing.
I want him to be a high council member from the High Republic.
Yeah, so I think he was on the Jedi Council and was betrayed. So I think him and whoever the main, so it was like Yoda and Mace were the two ranking guys.
Yeah.
I think this guy and his buddy were the two ranking members, and he was betrayed by his Yoda, so to speak.
You think,
bro, Yoda was around. Don't get it twisted. He was betrayed by Yoda.
Yeah.
Yoda is the catalyst to both downfalls of the Jedi, and I don't care what people say about it.
Yoda's
gonna,
bro.
We're gonna think about Yoda. We're gonna think about him differently.
That hokey bulky cyborg is from that order. I thought he was from somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know the purple, our purple buddy in that, but I can tell you that the one they pulled out of the tank, his robes look awfully familiar to High Republic Council robes. And
his skin tone, also the bluish skin tone, does match Martian Rowe, who is one of the main villains of the High Republic.
Yep, and so it would be
a book I'm hyped, or I guess it might be even a comic series that Charles Soule is working on very soon. It's called The Blade. This was one of the people from the High Republic. I believe it's the swords that were resistant to lightsaber blades is what he used.
Well,
and cortosis.
And if you look at the saber in Jedi Survivor, that is very High Republic with the folding out cross guards. Right, the ability to have them use them or not,
they're going
is very High Republic. So it seems like this dude is very, very, very much tied to the High Republic, and he could have been in that Bacta tank for 1,000 years.
Yep,
900 years. Oh, you know what?
We don't know where he discovers him.
If Yoda did it, let's call it 800 years. He could have been in there.
And even if it was at the end of the High Republic,
I would guess though.
Even if it was at the end of the High Republic, that's still 200 years before the Phantom Menace.
Right. So it's definitely, for me, that villain that they're bringing in is Charles Soule's entrance into his High Republic story.
So if that's the case, do you think that has any place with the Eclipse storyline?
Potentially. It just depends on where they go with Eclipse, if it's even still in play. Right. I mean, it just depends on if they're going to revive.
I think it's still coming.
2026 or something like that.
To your point about the purple dude,
I could be dead in 2026. Get the fuck out of here. You're talking about a game that's 3.5 years away. Get the fuck out of here. No,
there's supposed to be an Avatar
talking about a game. Don't release the trailers for a game that's not ready.
No, that was dumb.
All on them.
I'm sorry.
The purple guy you're talking about in the Survivor trailer, that guy is actually the same species as Dirge, the dude from the Tarkovsky Clone Wars. And that dude is Dirge. That's is what people like think. Unkillable. He looks like it. He looks like it. But Dirge is like almost unkillable in that series.
What they can do is they can regenerate limbs. The way to kill the species is to kill the brain, kill the head.
Yeah,
but he's a savage.
Everything. Essentially, he's like Wolverine.
He's like Cell. He's like, you got to destroy every cell in his body to kill him. See, but what a great opportunity there, because what if the character was trapped in like a little Bacta tank where only a little of him was saved, right? Like, what if they woke up together, right? And that guy regrew his big old body, and then he puts on his robes and finds his shit. Like, he's obviously going to find his stuff, right? Because he finds his lightsaber. He finds his
Cal wakes him up.
Right. Yeah. But when he wakes up, he finds all his shit because he ends up with his robe. He ends up with a lightsaber.
He's like, the one-handed Sith with the red saber in the end.
And
like,
so
kicking the fuck out of Cal.
Maybe with his stuff was his buddy's last piece of DNA that he throws it on the floor and the guy just starts to regrow. Yeah. Right, like it's just.
I'm just saying, can this guy be an Old Republic Sith? Because if it was the High Republic, there were no Sith, bro. Why does he have a red saber?
I forgot.
There were literally no Sith.
You guys are talking about him being from the High Republic. I kind of didn't even think about that, or like I forgot that might be the case. But
what if he's the first Sith? Is my
interesting.
What if he's the first Sith? What if he was on the Jedi Council and
I was
decided.
hoping some Mount Tantus stuff would go into that game, but maybe not.
I just feel like with the robes,
There's so much they could do with them.
It's too telling.
Are you
going to
be getting a Mount Tantus tattoo, Sheep?
And the lightsaber, right?
No.
Like the lightsaber and the
maybe a
robes,
tramp stamp of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it does seem like this could. What if he's the first Sith?
Go
That's what I'm saying. Like, he could be the first one to bleed a crystal.
What is that device that he's holding? Do you know?
It looks like an obelisk. It looks like a almost
like a pendant,
a map to something bigger.
Yeah,
right.
Like
almost like
a
I think it's gonna be a Goonies type thing. It's gonna fit into like a doorway, or only because the old game, the first game, had all those puzzles and stuff. We saw literally no puzzles in any gameplay.
And the villain
no
actually
hints of
says
anything
in the trailer. He says, "Now that we have this,
yes,
we've got everything we need." So Cal
Kestis had that first,
right? He brings the obelisk, thinking that this guy is going to be the savior, when actually he could be the destruction. Right?
So, oops.
He missed another prophecy. Misread it could be
right. So you think that's the doorway to like the new Beyond or another place?
Who knows, man? That's the thing about this game is like they've for as far as leaks go, this company's tight. There's not a drip coming out of nowhere. No one's saying nothing. Not a drip, not a leak,
You're not wrong.
Nothing.
Not a gosh darn thing.
Not a goddamn thing. They've kept this under their hat. Brilliantly,
probably that
really.
bus driving bitch Mace Windu, I tell you.
Dude, that bus driving. I'm making a shirt right now. You guys don't know. I got a caricature artist making me a bus where Mace Windu is sitting outside the driver's seat.
I'll buy 10.
Who is under the wheel? Like I am making that shirt.
Get your motherfucking ass off my motherfucking bus.
That's it.
Can you give him the Dooku face where he's like,
yes,
under the bus, but the bug out eyes?
Yep.
Polyester. Want it in polyester.
Polyester. Okay. Wool. Yours will be in wool.
We don't like shrinkage.
One more thing. That Palpatine's book where he talks about the ion engine from Vader Immortal. When is that goddamn engine coming back into play? Because that is the only thing that can physically bring back everyone and anyone.
Well, I mean, if you really want to break that down, in the sequels, Mustafar was starting to grow trees. So the ion engine would have already be ignited by now and had started to regenerate Mustafar.
So the Sith cultists got it. Okay.
So, well, I mean, Vader could have already, in the time span that we see him on.
Is Vader Immortal canon?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The game? Well, then that's probably when it happened then.
That's what I'm saying. He already activated the ion engine, and Mustafar has already started to regrow. That's why you see the trees when Kylo's going to get the Wayfinder.
Yeah.
So
although they don't explain that at all in the movie, but
they don't. But
you just have the little inkling with the trees getting.
Well, I mean, he's on Mustafar because that's where Vader's castle was. That's where he got the Wayfinder from the Bog.
Eye of the Webbish Bog or whatever.
I didn't get it from there, but the bog is there. That's
right. Technically, they got that
too.
scene where Kylo was actually engaging and talking to that creature to get the Wayfinder, right? So technically they cut a lot of stuff in that was supposed to talk about Mustafar, right?
Well, they gave a lot of Kylo stuff to Vader in that Charles Soule comic because Vader talks to the Bog. He goes,
he does.
Right? But and it should have been both. It should have been Kylo and Vader, right? They should have both done it because
it's poetry. It rhymes.
The Bog was supposed to protect it. That's Vader basically assigned the Bog to protect it and to know where it was. And Kylo went there to find it after finding out that Vader had it. So, I mean, it all connects and the ion engine actually works and does start to rejuvenate the planet. That's why there's Mustafarians there, right? That's why they're not just droids taking care of the lava. You actually start to see the Mustafarians come back. So it's all connected. I mean, I wish they would do an upgraded version for the PS5 of Vader Immortal. And give us that new PSVR 2 with Vader Immortal with an upgrade package. That would be fucking fire.
I want a sequel, man. Give me a sequel to that story.
That game was dope.
Yeah.
That game was amazing. And crossguards, again, crossguard sabers there too, you know? So it's just crazy. All right, we've been at this for 2 hours plus. you guys are my people. I'm glad that finally we got some of you in here because it's been, you guys have been busy.
Just one more quick thing, though.
Cheat up, Buttercup.
Back in the Mando trailer, I think we're gonna get a Mon Mothma cameo.
Oh yeah,
that would be sick.
Oh yeah.
When the one guy that we're used to seeing as a pilot was all dressed up and talking to somebody about the growing darkness and because of you we're ill prepared. Sounds a lot like the Defense Reduction Act to me.
Felicity, when are you ever gonna get yourself on screen? I see you in a bunch of streams, but
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
Come on, let's get into the diet, Scotty. Come on. They love
here we
diet.
go.
I'm
Right
with you,
when we're
though.
about to leave.
I'm
They
with
love
you, John.
They love the dyad. All right, we're gonna get out of here before we go on 2 hours of the dyad with Scotty. So everybody, get over to Fox Holocron's channel. Make sure to subscribe over there. Make sure to get over down to the Vader's Lair. Nerd Mafia's got some stuff. I know you guys got to start prepping for some streams. It's almost 9 o'clock. We've been here forever. So make sure everybody to get out there and subscribe to everybody around. And make sure to keep supporting everybody that's putting stuff out because everybody's working hard and this shit is not easy. Dan the man, chilling in the basement, coming to hang out with us. Finally, good to see you guys on stream. We missed
Finally
you.
good to be here.
So,
Yeah.
Dan, it's good to see it's good to see you're balling now. You got yourself a baby grand piano, so it's good to see you're balling again. Yeah, and don't forget to get over down to Vader's Lair tonight because he's doing a watch party at midnight. Yeah, they're hanging
Bro,
out.
you guys lived together this whole time. You never told anybody. You never told anybody you know each other.
Yeah, I know, right?
What the shit?
This whole
Bro.
time, man, I didn't want to ruin the surprise, guys. I'm so
World premiere.
Oh my god,
we're all in
there
the
are three
same
of them.
spot.
No, the three of
Get
them.
out of the end.
We're out of here before somebody else moves in.
All
Everybody
the
have a
green
great
screens